not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC. Because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals, reliable for over 4 decades. Visit DelcorInc.com today.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello everyone, happy Friday to you. Clip Brock here inside the Pirate Radio studios and coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250 at 930. You can find us online, pr927fm.com. You can watch the show on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube so you can watch this show, The Brian Bailey Show, our ECU baseball post-game Zooms, our ECU football spring practice videos when they return, hopefully very soon. Also, Pirate Radio podcasts up there, and a new feature, Pirate Radio Trivia, hosted by myself, Clip Brock. We dropped episode 1 yesterday. Eric Ward taking on Steve Hill. We recorded episode 2 yesterday with a couple of Pirate Radio listeners. And if you'd like to participate and have the opportunity to win a 12-pack of White Claw, let me know. Send me a message on Twitter or Facebook, and we can make you a part of the game. So check out Pirate Radio Trivia, a new feature we're doing here at Pirate Radio. All right, coming up on today's show, Stephen Igoe is headed to Clark LeClaire Stadium for some ECU baseball coming up in about an hour. We will talk to him in about 15 minutes as he'll join us to recap yesterday's win over Cincinnati, talk about the wild week it's been for ECU basketball, the unfortunately slow week it's been for ECU football. That and a lot more coming up with Igoe in hour 1 of today's show. At 4 o'clock, we will talk to Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show. We are less than a week away from things getting going in Augusta. We'll give you an HV3 update on how he's doing today and talk some golf with Greeny coming up at 4 o'clock. Also coming up later on in today's program, we have DJ Captain Morgan, a.k.a. Morgan Ahlers, who's going to join us on the show, Brian Bailey as well. So we are packed here on a Friday, going to get your weekend started off right and off to a good start. A Final Four weekend, an ECU baseball weekend, a lot going on in the world of sports. All right, let's welcome in Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt to today's program. What's up, gang?
What's up, Clipper?
Chandler with a nice yawn to get the show started.
Oh, yeah.
I asked Shirley what time it was about 5 minutes ago and asked if I could get a nap in, but no, it was a little too late for that. Kind of a sluggish Friday.
I know.
Going on in the building today.
Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Starting to get the itch to head on out for the weekend.
Yeah.
Speaking of itch, I got my first shot today.
Oh, nice.
Vaccination shot.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, it was weird because I didn't feel it. Like, I didn't realize it had happened. So I had my shirt sleeve pulled up.
Are you sure they did it?
I'm not 100% sure. there's a Band-Aid on my arm. Like, I didn't realize I was done until I saw the Band-Aid. So,
And it was that quick of a process?
yeah, unfortunately I had to wait a while, but once you get in the room, it's like boom, bam,
Get
done.
out of here.
Now, Shirley,
Did you have to wait the mandatory 15 minutes before leaving?
I was told to, but
You didn't say.
I had to come here to work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, usually they like for you to stay 15 minutes after just to make sure there's no adverse side effects that needs medical attention.
Yeah, I just drove away on the wrong side of the road here to work, and I was
okay.
fine.
All right. Well,
You
yeah.
drove backwards.
I saw a few unicorns on the way here. Everything was great.
Okay, sounds good.
Shirley, you got your second shot this week, right?
Yes, I did.
How you feeling?
Much better than I did. What's other than I can't remember what dang day it is. Friday.
The side effects.
Yeah, so it was what, Wednesday?
When
I
you were
got the
feeling
shot?
Nauseous?
Yeah. Was that Wednesday?
You got the
You
shot
got it
Wednesday.
Probably.
Yeah, I got the shot Wednesday.
No, you got the
No,
shot
I got
Tuesday.
it Tuesday. I got it Tuesday.
And you were feeling a little odd on Wednesday.
Yeah, I just had, for about 3 or 4 hours, I would get hit with waves of nausea that would last about 5-10 minutes, and then it would go away, and then it would come back. So that happened for about 3 or 4 hours, and that was about it. I didn't have any other side effects other than just a little bit of soreness in the injection site. But other than that, the first time I got the injection, my arm felt like someone had taken a set of brass knuckles and punched me really hard in the arm. So it was like really sore. The second one, as far as the soreness goes, it's like just a tad bit tender, where the injection site is. But other than that, and then the nausea part, other than that, I was fine.
All right.
I didn't have any issues. So
There you go. Chandler,
You know,
any
it affects-
injections for you? You taking steroids or anything?
No, but I am friends with Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire, though. I've been hanging out with them.
Wait,
so-
are you the third
You have-
Bash brother?
Yep.
you have their numbers in your phone just in case.
Yep.
All right, good deal.
All right then.
Shirley, you got anything on the Shirley Rhodes news desk today?
Not much. Obviously, ECU, big game last night.
Big ball game,
kicking off the AAC conference slate of their schedule, and picked up a big win. I mean, it took them what seemed like forever to get really started. As far as seeing the offensive power that we saw earlier in the week against North Carolina, but because I really didn't think Cincinnati's pitchers were that dominant. But they kind of got a late start, but AMAC did it in,
comes in the
steps
clutch
up again.
Yeah.
Steps in that hole, and when I saw AMAC hit that home run to take the 5-4 lead, which eventually went on to be the final score in the 7th inning, my first thought was, when we interviewed Cliff Godwin at the beginning, or like right before the season started, and we asked him what players to look out for, especially some of the guys that we may not have been familiar with. One of the first people that he mentioned was AMAC, and he said that he practices really hard. He practices like every play is his last play, and so when he hit that ball in the 7th inning, that was the first thing that popped into my head was, this is what that translates into.
Well, also, he may not be playing as much as he's playing now if Lane Hoover was healthy.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh,
So-
that's another thing, because
And he has come
now,
up huge.
yeah. So now Cliff Godwin's got a real difficult decision. When Lane comes back, which I think Corey Glore had said at one point that he was maybe a week or two away from, kind of rejoining the team and being up to speed. But,
Correct.
Thank you. The 1-0. But I tell you what, these guys are fun to watch. You can't just bail on a game midway through with these guys, because you never know when those bats will start to wake up, and it's been fun. You might not want to have too many of those games, just simply because you might not have any fingernails left after it's all said and done. But looking back at the North Carolina game, they were down 10-6 at one point. You thought the ball game was over, and they found a way to scratch their way back and end up winning the ball game. And then they found another way with AMAC and his hot bat, and he hit a towering home run. So it was fun to watch. And it was fun to listen to. I listened to it on the way home, and I like this ball team because they are finding different ways to win. And you want to see a team improve heading into not only conference play, but, towards the end of the season, postseason, that kind of thing. So, gosh, I just really like where the team's at right now.
I was on my way home last night from work, and it was 4-2, and I got to the grocery store, and Seth Caddell hit the RBI double to cut it to 4-3, and I told myself, while I'm in the store, something will happen. And when I got back, I remember hearing Corey Glore, we're heading to the top of the eighth. The Pirates retake the lead after AMAC's 2-run home run, and I'm like, I missed it, of course. But, so just like that.
You just wanted to do that Corey Glore impression. That's the whole reason you're saying this right now.
But I was alluding to her saying you can't really fall asleep on this team at any point in the game.
No.
So, and I wasn't in the store long. So, by the time I got back, it was 5-4 Pirates.
Shirley, let's hear. I got some other news and notes. Let's hear Cliff Godwin and what he had to say after the second straight come from behind victory for the Pirates this week.
That was a big swing by AMAC, big swing by Seth Caddell. But if Garrett Saylor doesn't come in and just neutralize their scoring, then we're not even in that situation. So really proud of Saylor for coming in a tough situation and just maneuvering through. What did he throw? 4 innings? 4 innings, struck out 8. I mean, it's just a tremendous effort by him. And, when Carson didn't have his best stuff and they executed a hit and run, a drag bunt, it just wasn't a day for him that was comfortable, but he's got to continue to manage to be able to maneuver through it to get a little bit deeper in the game. But Saylor was tremendous.
Cliff Godwin there after the game. Garrett Saylor, one of the heroes on the pitching side of things for ECU.
And Ryder Giles getting the save, too.
Who mentioned it with Ronnie. Ryder is now pitching in key moments for ECU. They are relying on him not only with his glove in the field, but also his arm on the mound. Cliff Godwin also talked more about the win and gave an update on Bryson Morrill.
To be honest with you, Cincinnati did a much better job offensively than we did. They executed a lot better. They executed bunts. They executed hit and runs. We did not. We just were able to get a big walk, Seth doubles, and then you got a big home run by AMAC. So we can't continue to live on the long ball. That's not going to be recipes for success for us. So if we can't get tougher and execute, then we're going to be in tough shape. Bryce's back's bothering him, and he shouldn't have played today, and that's my fault for letting him play. But that was something that, his back's not right. So we got to get him some rest to get that thing feeling better.
All right, there is Cliff Godwin. Little news there on Bryson Morrill. We'll talk more about that with Stephen Igoe when he joins us in a few minutes. A couple other things. Oh, by the way, Redbeard has chimed in. Says that that was a long way to go and a cool, neat story just to get an impression in, Chandler. So
Cool, neat story.
Cool, neat story.
Wow.
Also, this is just breaking.
Cool, neat story.
Thank you, Jeff. The All-Star game, Major League Baseball All-Star game, was supposed to be in Atlanta this year at Truist Stadium Park.
That's the home of the Braves, right?
Home of the Braves. But it will be moved by Major League Baseball due to, I guess, the new voting rules in Georgia.
Yeah.
So, I don't know much about this. I'll have to read into it.
Well, basically what it is after the whole close call race, or the race that was called, especially between not only for the presidential race in Georgia, but also the 2 runoff races that eventually gave the Democrats the majority in both the House and the Senate, the Republican-led Senate in or I guess House, whatever, they were in Georgia, the state representatives decided to pass a law that basically tightened the voter restrictions even further. And a lot of folks are saying that it is unfair and that it's basically targeting a certain demographic, and basically trying to tip the balance of people that are allowed to vote. So that went into law, and that threw a lot of folks that are doing business in the state of Georgia. That includes like film industries, companies like Microsoft, I think the Coca-Cola Company, and there were several others, have voiced their opposition, and they have discussed possibly moving their businesses away from the state until that particular law is overturned. So I'm assuming that with Major League Baseball, this is one. It's kind of like when the NBA took the All-Star game away from the city of Charlotte because of the bathroom law. This is kind of along those same lines.
10-4. So there you go. I haven't seen where the All-Star game will be, but apparently it will not be at the home of the Braves.
It is interesting to see where they would take it because Texas is also facing the same type of pushback from corporate companies and that type of thing. So Texas may be off the table as well. So that'll be interesting.
All my exes live in Texas.
I vote for it to be at Granger Stadium in Kinston, North Carolina.
Historic Granger Stadium?
I'm down with that.
All right.
I am down with
see
that.
If Wade Howell can find a date to slide the All-Star game there.
And we haven't heard anything. Now, I haven't had a chance to look, so I'm just going to we haven't heard anything about minor league baseball as far as what's going on with the Wood Ducks when they're going to start.
Well, they have a schedule.
They do have a schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I haven't checked on anything, so
I'll have to look up the date. My computer is acting like myself, tired and slow here on this Friday.
Now I do know that, and of course, Major League Baseball yesterday, the Orioles got postponed because of rain yesterday. The Mets National Series has been called off completely because of the COVID issues. That was announced earlier today.
Hey, happy opening day next week, Chandler.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait till next week, bud. But the Orioles and the Red Sox are playing right now. They're in the top of the fourth inning. There's no score as of yet.
Shirley, the Woodies open up the season according to their schedule Tuesday, May the 4th. So
all right, so May is okay.
You.
May the 4th be with you.
Yep. Also,
that was an awesome day.
Why are the Braves not playing today?
I don't know.
Why does Major League Baseball have opening day on Thursday and then give teams a day off on Friday?
That happened, well, not last year, but
it happens.
It happens every year? Because, I mean, I remember there was one opening day. That
push it back a day. Make opening day on a Friday instead.
There was one opening day that the Nats played, and then I was, like, ready for the next day. I was like, all right, what time is first pitch today? And I was like, we don't even play today. We don't play until tomorrow. So I believe we started the season on Thursday, and we didn't have our next game until Saturday. So I don't get that at all either.
Well, the Braves went into extras last night. Unfortunately, they didn't win the ball game, but
we know that, Shirley.
You're not bitter about that, are you? Well, at least you got to see them play. I didn't even get to see the Orioles. I mean, the Red Sox play.
What's worse, seeing your team lose on opening day or not having an opening day? Because we got the bases covered there.
Yeah, we got the bases covered on that.
Igoe's Mariners apparently came back and won.
Yeah, 8-7.
They won on a walk.
Yeah, it was a walk-off walk.
I love a walk-off walk.
It was a bases-loaded walk.
We got a great clip to play on our show today as well. And
are we doing that now, or are we waiting for Igoe?
We need to call Igoe.
Get off our show!
We're going to call Igoe, and we'll do it towards the end of this hour. But I'm coming in with a new attitude for the fifth quarter this year. I've found my hero. So we'll play that later on in the show. All right. Oh, by the way, how about a free beer Friday?
Let's do it.
That'll pep me up a little bit. We'll give out a great prize coming up in hour number 3 today. How about a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack?
Ooh. It's right behind your laptop.
All right, every time I say that, you guys have to go, ooh. Today we'll be giving away a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh.
Very good. A Michelob Ultra 6-pack cooler. And, no, I didn't say organic.
He didn't say organic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We will be giving away a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh.
Michelob Ultra 6-pack cooler. A bucket. Oh, cooler and bucket.
Ooh.
Oh, there's the bucket. A large pizza from Domino's, a new Pirate Radio Vibes Only t-shirt. All that can be yours in hour 3 on our giveaway. We're also doing an Instagram giveaway right now. Case of Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer Pack.
Ooh.
Michelob,
I know.
Michelob Ultra 6-pack cooler and bucket. Large pizza. Pirate Radio shirt. So coming up, we got a Free Beer Friday giveaway for you as well. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. Stephen Igoe joins us. And later on in the show, we'll give away a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh!
Shirley was doing other work. Some kind of good. Igoe joins us next. We'll talk Pirate baseball, Pirate foosball, Pirate hoops, a little bit of everything when we return after this.
Ooh!
You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. Good things come to those who wait. At Jersey Mike's, they also come to those who don't. Download our app, order ahead, and skip the line. Cut to the Chase by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. As real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly. Not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. IRC Beer. St. Louis, Missouri 63118.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one day.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
Let us help you get back to business. This is Donald Stocks and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina. We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that, plus custom social distancing signage. Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all. We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
Farmville Flower Basket and Gifts is your hometown shop for gifts and fresh flowers. You can find unique items like Brewmate and apparel by Southern Couture, Simply Southern, and Bella Cotton. The Farmville Flower Basket also has items coming in daily for the spring and summer. Whether it's a gift or a flower arrangement for that special someone, you can find it at Farmville Flower Basket and Gifts. Give them a call today at 753-4217 or stop by their shop on Main Street in Farmville.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Pirate Radio.
We have a standard for the way you're going to play, and we're going to start making sure that we point out those that are meeting the standard, and everybody else has to rise to that. You have to. There is no choice. You have to rise to the standard, because the standard is what wins.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
big swing.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. North Carolina state parks are now open for visitors. Parks should be used for exercise, fresh air, getting out in nature, or a day trip. Visitors should enjoy themselves, but please remember to focus on moving through. What? I am trying to read.
Big swing.
Okay. To focus on moving through the park, keep social distancing in mind, and avoid large groups. While most facilities and activities will be open,
Cliff Godwin remake.
Please contact any state park with questions or visit ncparks.gov/open. Clip, take it away.
Big swing.
I messed that up.
Big swing.
I hit
Give
the
it
wrong
to me.
button.
Big
What?
swing.
Oh, hold on.
Big swing.
Big swing.
Big swing. Like when you dropped it in accidentally, it sounded perfect.
Yeah.
Now up to bat for the Pirates. That would be a good walk-up song.
Oh, well, hey, Chandler, that'd be a good walk-up song.
That was my lead D.
Hey, you know what would be a good walk-up song?
Aye.
One of those days. Do we have Steven on the phone?
Yes, we have Steven on the phone.
Big swing.
He might be hanging up, though.
Big swing. Steven Igoe.
That was the big swing.
Shirley is a DJ. Sounded like you did it on purpose the first
I
time.
really didn't mean to do that.
Steven Igoe joins us. Hello, Steven.
Clip, I didn't know if I was hearing Cliff Godwin in my head.
Yeah.
Or if that was on the actual radio as I had the phone waiting to come on. But that was kind of freaky, but cool.
Kind of.
I like it.
Igoe spends a lot of time talking to Cliff via Zoom after games, and thought for a moment there that his voice was in your head, much like Randy Orton. Igoe, I took your Mariners because they are the best team in American League history on opening day. They were down the entire game. They were down 5-1 when I gave up on them. What the heck happened after that last night?
That's a great question, Clip, because I fell asleep when it was 4-0 and woke up to a text from
Ronnie,
of all people, in a 3-man group chat at like 1:06 a.m. And I guess he stayed up to watch the end of the game or something because he, texted that the Mariners won and the Nuggets won. And I was shocked because when I went to bed, they were just getting mowed down, but they had absolutely no chance. And, I guess it was a combination as I looked at the recap and watched the highlights of the Mariners having some clutch at bats, but also the Giants just completely imploding. The Mariners only finished with 5 hits, and yet they scored 8 runs. So clearly the Giants didn't do something right.
Cliff Godwin likes to say it. Baseball lifers like to say it. There's no clock in baseball. You got to play the full 9. We realized that with the Mariners last night, Igoe, and we've realized that the past couple of games for ECU baseball. Pirates once again having to fight from behind on Thursday, this time against Cincinnati. They get the job done. Cliff Godwin praised Alec Makaravich, Seth Cadell, and also gave a hearty shout-out to Garrett Saylor for his performance out of the bullpen. I was thinking about it during the show yesterday. If you beat North Carolina in the fashion they did and then come back and lose to Cincinnati a couple of days later, that North Carolina win doesn't mean as much. But once again, Pirates fight back yesterday, get the win, and I think that should propel them to a series victory. They still got to go out on the field and get it done, but makes you feel a lot better heading into today's game.
Yeah, you definitely wanted to win yesterday's game. Cincinnati started a guy that hadn't started all year, really, and they bumped their best 2 pitchers stuff-wise back to Saturday's doubleheader. The guy throwing in the first game Saturday is their ace, Evan Shawver, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but anyways, he's their best pitcher. And so it almost looks like they're trying to still win on Saturday with how they line up the pitching matchups. And so it was important for ECU when they're throwing Carson Wisenhunt, who's kind of been one of their top guys, to win yesterday, and effectively against a guy making his first start of the year. And, it was a little dramatic, but ECU got it done, which is very important. It's just going to be so tough to sweep these 4-game series. I mean, it really is going to be a game-by-game process. And, the biggest thing for ECU is finding a way to win these series. And If you take 3 out of 4 every weekend, I think that puts you, at 24-8 in conference play, which would be a phenomenal record. And so getting to a good start and getting a win under your belt is a great start, and it would have been tough to go down 0-1. And Cincinnati's not a great team, but consistently scrappy. They have a lot of good at-bats. They've got some decent arms. They're a real coach team, and they executed better in ECU last night, I thought. And Cliff Galvin said the same. And ECU just probably has a little more talent and power, and they were able to showcase that in the 7th inning, which decided the game. But Garrett Saylor, man, without his performance, and you're going to have guys step up all year in these 4-game series, without his performance, you had no shot at winning the game.
So we got Gavin Williams today, Igoe, and do we know the setup? Cooch Manor Saturday. Do we know about games 3 and 4 for Saturday?
Yeah, Cooch Manor will start game 3, and then Tyler Smith will get the ball in game 4. So, it'll be interesting to see if they try to stick with that rotation, which those are your 4, experienced starters on paper at this point. Obviously, Whisenhunt is in his first year as a starter, and Gavin really too. But those are kind of the 4 you had ideally slotted in when you started the year with Whisenhunt in rotation. So hopefully those guys can stay healthy, and it'll help going forward that you won't have the midweek games, because then you'll go into the weekend with a rested bullpen every single 4-game series. So even though you are playing one more game on the weekend, it's really almost like a 4-game week, which is fairly normal in the grand scheme of things. You're just having to do it over a span of 3 days, which is tougher. But you're going to have your starters go deep into games. But just looking at Cincinnati, and other teams in this league, they're going to have really a lot of trouble on them pitching on those 3rd and 4th days as well. So I like where ECU sets up.
Igoe, we've been there on Sundays for some long game 3s when the pitching gets thin at the end of a weekend, and I can't imagine what some of these game 4s are going to look like this season.
Well, yeah, you look last week, Cincinnati took the first 2 from St. Louis, and then I think they lost game 3 like 21-7 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think St. Louis is a baseball power, so clearly when they get to some of their latter pitching arms, it falls off pretty quickly. You've got several other teams in the league that are similar. I was watching a little bit of UCF in South Florida today, just in their first game of their doubleheader, and the South Florida announcers were talking about how they don't have a starter for game 4 and it's bullpen day. So it's just going to be a war of attrition, and a lot of it is going to be dictated by how deep your starters can go early in the weekend to save your bullpen guys for later in the weekend.
ECU set up for success, I think, for this format, and I think back to Media Day and Jason Dietrich saying, bring it on. He was excited about the 4-game series, and ECU seems to be set up well for it, especially when you compare them to their opponents in the AAC. Stephen Igoe here on the Fixed NC Live Line. Got Pirate Baseball this weekend. Was supposed to have a football scrimmage on Saturday. We will not due to the COVID pause. Igoe, any update on that as far as numbers, as far as testing, as far as a potential date wherein the Pirates could return to the practice field?
So the hope is that they could be back out there as early as Tuesday. Now, this is assuming that all testing goes well, which we know is a big if. So they're going to test again, I think, sometime over the weekend. I know they test Monday for sure. And if those tests go well, they will be back on the field Tuesday. Probably a safer guess is maybe Thursday or even sometime this coming weekend or next weekend at the latest. But again, it's all dependent on testing. It's a day-to-day deal. If they get back on the field Tuesday, I'm hearing that the spring game will most likely be moved back to April 24th, based upon what we're hearing. And again, all this is contingent of the testing goes. But that's the initial plan for ECU right now, and we'll just kind of see how what the results are coming back.
All right, nothing set in stone there, but some possibly potential good news. Looking forward to seeing Pirate football back on the practice fields. Igoe, how about basketball? Is this the 3rd straight day without a player entering the transfer portal? Do we have any entry or exit basketball transfer portal news when it comes to East Carolina?
As of this moment at 3:33 Eastern Time, 12:33 Pacific, on Friday, April the 2nd. I do not have any update on any players entering the portal. I think last week we talked about, how many guys for ECU will enter the portal by the next time.
Oh, right.
I think I said 1.
Yeah.
And then I think it ended up being like 4 for Rudy, Farrakhan, Gardner, and Coleman. So I don't know if I told the story on the air the other day, but I guess it really doesn't matter if I tell it. But so when I went to interview Joe Dooley the other day, he was giving us a tour just of the new locker room, and we happened to stumble upon Charles Coleman just going through the locker room, and at that time did not know he was entering the transfer portal. So said hey to him as he was exiting the locker room. We were entering it. And I get outside the facility 3 minutes later and get a notification on my phone that Charles Coleman had entered the transfer portal. So he must have been on his way to the transfer portal as I passed by him. So it's just been a unique and it's college basketball now.
Yeah.
And you really can't predict a lot of this stuff. Some of it is pretty obvious to predict. But I mean, you look at every program across the country. Memphis just won an NIT championship, and all of their young talent is entering the transfer portal. So USF's entire team basically is entered the transfer portal. Cincinnati's had 6 or 7 guys in the portal. I mean, it's just a complete mess.
Yep.
You're going to lose guys to the portal. You're going to gain guys from the portal, and that's what college basketball is going to become for most programs.
Yeah, I think, and I'll never say it, but if I think it's time for people to stop saying that it's about getting an education and a degree. I mean, it's not. It's about trying to put the best college basketball team on the court as possible. And the proof is in the pudding there. And we've seen two sides of this thing, Igoe. The part of the argument for the players being able to transfer is what about these coaches that just get up, leave their contract, and go get a pay raise? We saw Chris Beard do that, as reportedly he's leaving Texas Tech for Texas. On the flip side of it, you've got these old coaches who do not like the way basketball is in 2021. And I think we're going to see a trend here started by Roy Williams, surprisingly, on Thursday, Stephen. I would not be surprised in the next couple of years if we see a lot of these old-timers, guys that have been in the game for a long time, step down just because of the way basketball is now. And I even asked you the other day, what joy is Joe Dooley getting out of coaching? I think a lot of coaches are probably looking in the mirror thinking about that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it best. I mean, you just what fun is it to have to fret all year long about your best players being recruited by other programs? I mean, ECU's been dealing with this Jaden Gardner thing basically a year and a half now, and he just now into the portal. Pirates are bringing in a bunch of freshmen. Let's say 2 or 3 of them have really good freshman years. Then you start to worry about those guys getting picked off. I mean, it's just a constant battle every single day just to hold your team together. And then instead of building a program, you're building a team every year. And it's going to be incredibly frustrating because, I mean, these coaches came up going to, for the most part, high school games and JUCO tournaments, and that's how they evaluate talent. That's how they recruit it. You've always had some level of transfers in basketball, but now it is what it is. And you're going to have to adapt. It's frustrating. As frustrated as the coaches are, if you don't adapt, you're going to get left behind and you're not going to be successful. So they're still getting paid a lot of money to coach Division I college basketball. They're just going to have to find a way to adapt, even though it probably honestly sucks on a lot of levels. It's just what it's becoming.
And at the same time, I like to look at things from all sides. You've also got situations, and we've seen it here at East Carolina, where coaches are trying to bring in the best possible players, and that means there's not enough room for some of the guys on the roster that may not be getting it done, and those guys are politely given an opportunity to go elsewhere. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're ECU, you're going to lose guys and be a victim of this thing, and you're going to gain from this thing. And a lot of it comes down to the connections your staff has, which I think should play in the ECU's favor. Joe Dooley with his connections, having coached so many places and been successful, Steve Rockerford, Antoine Jackson, George Wright-Easy. I mean, you look at the connections of the staff. You've never had a better connected staff at ECU, as far as every assistant and the head coach. So it should play in ECU's favor, but at some point, too, you got to have the wins and results to show for it. And I've always said if ECU could get some wins and a few winning seasons under Dooley's belt here in his second tenure, I really think this thing could take off because they've been so close on so many big kids out of high school. If those kids hit the portal, they're more than likely going to have ECU as a top option coming back. And then if you have some success to sell along with your relationships, that's how you get the kids. So they're continuing to grind. They've hit just about every angle, I'm sure, in the portal, and will continue to do so, and hopefully they can find some talent.
Good stuff from Stephen Igoe. Hoist the Colors heading out to Clark LeClaire Stadium. They should be cranking up your song pretty soon, Igoe. International Harvester, which is always playing at Clark LeClaire Stadium when Igoe walks into the press box. So get ready for that tune and enjoy the game, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, fellas, enjoy the Braves day off. I know that they need to really rest up and get their arms a full day of rest after yesterday's big opener.
That's just the stupidest thing in Major League Baseball. Well, not the stupidest, but the one I'm most angry about right now. Do the Mariners play tonight?
The Mariners play tonight, and they play Saturday, and then they have Sunday off, which is just...
Well, that is very strange. Everybody plays on Sunday.
I know. It's just... I looked at the schedule today, and I think you've got 2/3 of the league that is off, so... I don't really understand the point of opening day if you're just going to give everybody an off day the next day, but whatever.
Well, whatever. Thank you, Stephen. Have a good one, man.
All right, guys. See you.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. We'll come back. We'll hit some other news and notes. It was a big sports day yesterday for myself. And again, not everybody listening roots for the same teams I root for, but you had ECU, the Braves, the Hornets, and the Hurricanes all in action. And took home a split for my favorite teams yesterday. But we'll recap that, talk about what else is going on. And I found my new hero. You got to hear this guy, Bruce Drennan, a Cleveland Indians post-game call-in show host.
You stupid idiot!
And how he talks to his callers. One caller in particular. Watch out, fifth quarter callers. I got a new hero. We'll hear him when we return after this.
A car wash experience like no other is here at the new Tommy's Express. You'll enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride through our bright, inviting wash as luscious foams and soft cloths treat your car like new. After a final rinse, wax, and blow dry for a beautiful spot-free shine in just about 3 minutes, help yourself to our free vacuums and mat washers. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique brew pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do you do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
In studio today with Matlock, also known as Brad Evans to his friends and family. Why F3?
F3 is a great way to work out, get in shape, but most importantly, F3 is a way to get together with other guys in the community, develop a great group of friends, and have a good time doing it. What I'd tell people about F3 is don't be afraid to get up early in the morning to go work out. You can do it.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Pirate Radio.
And I can promise you, there will be no quarter, ever, from ECU football. Go Pirates.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook and Instagram at PR927FM. You can follow us on Twitter at our backup Twitter account at FreePR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Free Beer Friday. Coming up, we will give away a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh!
Michelob Ultra 6-pack cooler and bucket, a large pizza from Domino's, and a new Pirate Radio Vibes Only t-shirt. So, one of my, if I go like to Harris Teeter or something, usually don't have them like at Food Line, but a unique, a more rare fruit that I really like. People don't know this about me, Chandler.
You know, Clip. A lot of people don't know this about Clip Rock.
I really like pomegranate. Anybody else?
Occasionally, I mean, I'm not
I love
a huge fan of it, but
I love how they look. Now, it's a little messy. It makes the entire room red. But you crack it open and you got those juicy seeds, I guess. And I love it.
I'll
love
take
the
your
taste.
word for it.
Very, very good. That is one of the flavors in this organic pack. Pure Gold.
Okay.
That is 100% pure gold in liquid form. What is that from? Is Chandler have his own soundboard over there?
What
There's a funny video. And it's a lady, I think it's a substitute teacher in like in a school classroom, and like she's going over the rules and she's like, no pomegranates.
Absolutely no pomegranates.
The other flavor is lime and prickly pear cactus.
I love mango.
Okay, great.
Alrighty then.
I love mango. Hit the pomegranate sound effect again, Chandler. I like the Chandler. So Shirley has the high tech equipment. Chandler goes.
Anywhere near here.
She said, "Am I clear?"
No pomegranates.
Oh my God.
That's a teacher that has just absolutely had it.
No pomegranate. Like I said, it's messy. It gets messy. So I kind of want to try that now that I'm looking at it right here.
What?
in front
Open
of
a
me.
pomegranate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the Michelob Ultra. organic.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I want both, but I do want to try that kind of alcohol.
I'm a watermelon girl, so.
Watermelon girl.
I love watermelon, like flavored just about anything.
I like mango.
We can be, you can be, we can all be winners, but you can be a winner in hour number 3 when we open up the Fixed NC Live line and have an opportunity for you to win some free beer on a Free Beer Friday. All right, so the Indians, I don't even know their score from last night. I saw this on Twitter last night, and it kind of got me fired up for the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Call-In Show because we love talking to you after games. I love...
They lost 3-2, by the way.
They lost 3-2. Who'd they play, Shirley?
The Detroit Tigers.
Oh, okay. They were in the snow game. That makes sense.
Detroit baseball.
Because of what you're about to hear. But we love post-game celebrations on the 5th quarter. Sometimes the losses are funnier because the calls get a little wacky. Mm-hmm. Now, if you have like 5 losing seasons in a row, it kind of loses its luster a little bit. But after losses, people would argue that the show's more entertaining than after victories due to the number of calls we get and the entertaining calls that we get after Pirate football losses. Well, this was after a Cleveland Indians baseball loss. What did I say to Corey Glore the other day? I would never do a post-game baseball call-in show. It just seems like a pointless deal because one day you're thinking your team's going to win the World Series. The next day you're thinking your team, isn't going to win a game. Baseball is such a different game from game to game. Well, Bruce Drennan does host a post-game call-in show there in Cleveland, and he got a call after the opening day loss, and then he lost it on the caller, and here's how that sounded.
You can just simply pitch around Ramirez, keep walking him, don't give him anything to hit. The next guy, the good pitches down the middle he won't swing at, but the ball's down around his ankles. He hits the shortstop into a double play. This has been going on for 2 years.
Right. I guess you missed a lot of the games that Reyes hit in the clutch last year, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah. You're an idiot. You're an idiot and you don't know baseball.
I'm not an idiot.
No, you are an idiot. Listen, you're going to tell me you are judging. You don't know anything. You don't know squat, you stupid idiot. You're going to tell me you're going to make a judgment on the season after one game in 30-degree weather that proves what an ignoramus you are. Get off our show. Fair weather idiot. All right, we're going to move on here.
That is Bruce Drennan giving it to the caller. The idiot caller. The fair weather idiot caller.
Oh, in Tampa, you are a stupid idiot.
Now, Shirley, as I was saving this clip in the folder where I save these files to use on the show, I was typing it in, and I noticed there was a clip called Bruce Drennan Rant. And I was like, oh, Shirley must have already got this earlier today. So I clicked on the date modified and realized that this clip was from 2010. So 11 years ago, I got a clip of this guy going on a rant. The funny part is, in the clip you just heard, he was calling the caller an idiot and defending the baseball team. In this clip, he went on a rant about how crappy the team was. He was basically, if I had a little more time, and I might do this, I will make a supercut of Bruce yelling at Bruce for being too negative. But this was Bruce 11 years ago talking about the team.
We stink, man. I thought Carmona, he wasn't great, but he certainly pitched well enough to win, considering. Painful. Branyan. Here it is. Here's a stroke. Beautiful form. If it's a practice swing on the first tee, and Peralta. Oh, God. Oh, I am in such pain. Pain, I say. Oh, I have a pain in my side. On this side, I got a pain on my side. On this side, my knees hurt. My elbow hurts like LeBron. Most of all, my head hurts. My psyche's hurt. I'm hurting all over my body. Head to toe. Oh, God. We stink. Stink. My God, did anybody remind these players, who are making millions of dollars? Even the kids are making $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, That's a lot of money. Did anybody remind them that this is the major leagues?
He really changed his tune in 11 years from completely trashing the entire roster to now defending the roster, calling the callers an idiot.
Fair weather idiot.
I really like this guy and how entertaining he is, and I can't wait to just start calling everybody idiots on the fifth quarter call-in show.
Yeah, Clip, I think Holton Ahlers didn't throw the ball well today, and
No.
What? We need to put him
up the phone, you idiot.
We need to put him at tight end, Clip. I really do think we need to put him at tight end.
How about you take your tight end?
Excuse me, Clip?
In fact, take something other than your tight end and put it in your tight end. And get off the phone, idiot.
Fair weather idiot.
I'm going to hang up and
listen. Are you
still
there?
I'm going to hang up and listen.
Shirley, is he still on?
No. As a matter of fact, all the lines are open.
Call in, idiot.
Fair weather idiot.
317-1250.
Idiot.
Quate Smire.
Do you know how to use your phone, idiot?
Let's talk about Quate Smire.
317-1250. Idiot.
This is what happens when you guys are left unattended.
We're like the kids at church that you need to have, your eyes on at all times, and when you don't, then we're like over there, in the back pew doing what we're not supposed to.
It could be a total goat rodeo.
I guess kids these days use their probably have cell phones in church, right? Like back in the day, we had to draw pictures.
Yeah, I was given a.
You would take you take the program and you start doodling on it.
Yeah, the bulletin.
The bulletin. Yeah.
And just play hangman or something in the pews.
Or you write notes back and forth.
Yeah, me and my grandfather used to play tic-tac-toe. So
during the good word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only during the sermon though.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the service you're either up or down. You're either standing up or sitting down.
That is
true. There's too much going on. You can't. You're either up or down or you're praying. So you kind of can't do that. It's only during the sermon part. So it's really only about 10 to 20 minutes of the service.
Yeah, which felt like 4 hours as a child.
Oh yes.
Now
I wonder when the game is good for the Indians. How he is. Hey man, I think we played. Hey Bruce, I think we hit the ball really well today.
We could have played better, you idiot!
Yeah, idiot!
Fair weather idiot.
Yeah, that's a good question. And you know what? The Indians are about to stink. They've given, they gave up Lindor.
Lindor!
Where's Lindor?
Corey Kluber went 1-for-4 today.
He's a pitcher, and he went 1-for-4.
You stupid idiot!
They're about to stink, so there might be some really. I'm gonna have to see how I can watch this live after every Indians game. Now I want to tune in. I want to call in
and be a fake fan and just after a win, talk bad about the team and just be as negative as you can be.
What?
We won 2-0, you idiot!
What happened to Tomei?
Fair weather idiot.
Where's Manny Ramirez? Where's Paul Sorrento and Carlos Baerga and Kenny Lofton? Eddie Murray. Where's that team at, Bruce?
Where's that Vaughn guy from the movie?
Where's Roger Dorn? Where's Pedro Serrano? Man, where is Jake Taylor when you need him? All right, tell you what, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. Coming up, hour 2, we've got Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show will join us.
So will Tony Dunn.
And we've got Tony Dunn.
Tony.
He will join us coming up on the program as well. And in hour 3, we're going to give away a fantastic Free Beer Friday prize pack, a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh!
A case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh!
A case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh!
And a lot more. We'll be back on Pirate Radio Live after this.
You idiot!
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Brian Fields, Michael Vaughn, and Jake Allen. I've watched a lot of baseball. That's still one of the most fun teams I've watched play.
I think one thing that gets overlooked with that team is how good their defense was. I mean, they were, that's about, I think we made 3 errors in the first game of the district, and I don't know if we made another one the entire summer.
Yeah, I think Carson made 2 errors the very first game versus Rocky Mount at shortstop. And I can honestly say I don't think he made another error through states, regionals, or Little League World Series at shortstop.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
At US Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G, and we're so confident in our network, we're offering 6 months of free service with 5G included, no extra charge. Plus, 5G is included in all our plans. US Cellular. Taxes, fees, and additional terms apply. See store or uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find a store near you. We go beyond the call.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity, next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
Every team knows that the 2-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
Hey, Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges. And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates. That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates. We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi-Cola, this is our home. Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Moved a few things around on today's program, so we still will talk to Tony Dunn, go over the NFL week in review, see what's going on, if anything, in Pantherland, and talk about the Hurricanes as well, as they picked up a win last night. By the way, I meant to say this, and maybe we'll discuss it further later, but the Hornets will never be invited back on TNT ever again. Chandler is brushing me off.
Let's talk to Greeny.
All right. Chandler not ready to discuss last night's debacle for the Charlotte Hornets. Let's talk some golf. We are less than a week away from the Masters getting underway in Augusta. Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Mark, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Hey, doing great. Mark, but I guess before we get to next week, let's talk a little bit about what's going on this week. The Valero Texas Open, and we're keeping an eye on Harold Varner III, hoping he can make the cut and play on into the weekend, Mark. But what, if anything, are the storylines this week? Is it really all about kind of keeping an eye on who's playing well and who might be playing well going into Augusta, or what is the focus on this tournament this weekend?
Yeah, you used to play Houston before the Masters week, and it was traditionally the guy that won the week before never won the Masters. So that's always the hard thing to do with all these great players out there. Is if you win, it's hard to follow it up the next week. So I would say maybe look at the leaderboard on Sunday afternoon and kind of look at your guys inside of the top 10 and see how they've been playing. And that kind of frames maybe what one of your picks could be out of that group going into the Masters. But, I was looking at some stuff earlier. Here's an interesting take. I mean, Dustin Johnson is the obvious favorite. He's the defending champion. He kind of ripped the field last year, right? But when you look at it, his last 6 events going into the Masters in November was a tied for second, tied for sixth, tied for third, second, first, and tied for second. So there was a lot of great mojo going on for DJ. When you look at his last 6, and this is from the most recent to the least recent, tied for 28th, tied for 48th, tied for 54th, tied for 8th, first, and then tied for 11th. And the first place was over in Saudi Arabia on the European Tour. So you kind of look at his mojo lately, and it's not the same as it was back in November. So I don't know if you make DJ your pick. I mean, I certainly think he'll be somewhere on the leaderboard. I just don't know if he's that much of a favorite as he was going into it in November.
By the time we talk next Friday, the Masters will be, of course, underway and on day 2, Greeny. So let's look at some of the odds now. A lot of people will be participating in pools where you can draft golfers and pick golfers. But how about from a gambling perspective? From what I'm looking at right now at VegasInsider.com, Dustin Johnson is indeed the favorite at plus 850. And these numbers may change before we get to next Thursday, of course. But Bryson DeChambeau at plus 900, Justin Thomas plus 1,000. Those are your favorites. And then, of course, some big names following that. How about the big names at the top there? And then some dark horses, Greeny, that you might lay a long shot on. Who are a few guys you have in mind as far as gambling goes?
Well, I mean, Justin Thomas came in 4th in November. Rory McIlroy, to me, still has a mental block at Augusta after having a comfortable lead going to the back 9 on Sunday and hitting one into the houses over on the left-hand side of number 10. And he has just not put 4 rounds together. Matter of fact, he hasn't gotten out of the gate very well for the most part at Augusta since that time frame. Brooks Koepka would have been one of my favorites there, but the knee surgery, we don't even think he's going to play. I mean, I'm putting Jon Rahm at the top of my list right now. When you look at, as I already told you about Dustin Johnson's run into November, Jon Rahm currently, his last 5 events, tied for 5th, tied for 9th, tied for 32nd, tied for 5th, tied for 13th, tied for 7th, tied for 7th. So, for somebody that's kind of been consistently warm, let's say, John Rahm definitely has to be at that top of the list. And then, maybe where's Jordan Spieth rank in the odds? I mean, Jordan Spieth has played well when he shouldn't have at Augusta National, kind of like what Tiger Woods has done in the past when nobody ever thought he had a chance. The next thing you know, he's finishing tied for 4th. So Jordan Spieth, playing again this week. One of these weeks, he's going to put 4 rounds together, and you know what? It could be at Augusta National because he plays well there all the time.
Greeny, when you look at this year's Masters, and you just referenced, November, and we had a Thanksgiving Masters last year with the strange COVID sports schedule in 2020. Does it, when you go into next week, does it feel like, man, we were just here, or does it feel like, man, we haven't been here in forever because you missed out on the traditional April Masters? What's your feeling heading into next week?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, it'll be, we'll be back to normal, let's say. We'll be back to the azaleas blooming. And that's kind of what we always look for at Augusta National is the scenery as well as the golf course and the play itself. So I think from that standpoint, you're going to see a golf course that's probably going to play closer to what we usually see. I mean, man, it was almost warmer in November than it was for maybe 60% of the Masters that we see played.
Yeah.
So it's always interesting to see. I think that the golf course did play a little soft in November, and I think that's why Dustin Johnson was able to go so low. I mean, obviously he was on his game, but, at the same time, he was able to control the golf ball a little bit more off the tee, not get as much rollout. So it's going to be interesting to see as we head into next week. And, I mean, just looking at the forecast, I mean, you're talking high 70s on Monday and low to mid-80s midweek. And then, unfortunately, you're looking at maybe some scattered thunderstorms for Thursday, Friday, and then some rain possibly on Saturday, and then, down in the low 70s on Sunday. So the golf course could play a little firm starting out on Thursday if they kind of avoid the rain. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get it maybe playing a little firm and fast on Thursday and Friday. And then if it starts to soften up on the weekend, we could have a heck of a shootout.
Talking to Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show. You can hear it every Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m. on Pirate Radio. And Greeny and the guys getting fired up for Augusta coming up beginning on Thursday. What is there no par 3 this year, Mark? Did I hear that? What changes in the kind of events leading up to the Masters are we going to see or not see, I should say, this year?
Yeah, you're going to eliminate the par 3 again, and hopefully that'll be back next year. I mean, that's really packing the fans in, and that's really an event for the fans. So I think Georgia and Augusta taking kind of the conservative route as they let people back in. I think they would prefer to not have any issues. So the par 3 tournament kind of eliminates that because it is such a small little area over there. Generally, you're packing a lot of people into a small space, not a whole lot of room to move over there. The rest of the golf course, the normal 18 holes, there's plenty of room to roam around out there and kind of keep your distance. So I think that's one of the reasons for that. But other than that, I mean, and other than maybe the chance of some thunderstorms holding up some play a little bit, I think everything else is pretty much status quo.
Mark, you mentioned fans going to be limited attendance at this year's Masters. Have you been lucky enough to attend one of these over the years?
I've only ever gone to practice rounds.
Okay.
And I've been to several. Heck, I was at a practice round so many years ago that there weren't practice round tickets back then. It was basically first come, first serve, and they were $25 a piece. So basically, you living in Charlotte, I would leave at about 5 o'clock in the morning, get over there about 7:30 or so, and park and walk in, pay my $25 and walk in the gate. So it was a lot easier way back in the day. Obviously now you got to put in for practice round tickets just to have any shot to get in there, and then if you don't, you got to go get them in the open market. So I've shied away from it, and from a media perspective, there's no point even submitting for media credentials, so I don't worry about that.
Yeah, a tight ticket in a normal year, especially this year with some of the fan restrictions. But looking forward to watching it all. Looking forward to hearing you guys this weekend. Leading up to it, Mark, you'll have a tournament to discuss going on, and I'm sure looking ahead to next weekend a lot coming up this Saturday. What do you guys have in store for the Golf Shop Radio Show?
As always, we got Bill Bender of the Sporting News. We've got John Boyette from the Aiken Standard, who's going to give us the Masters preview from boots on the ground down there. And then we're going to talk to Matt Lake from One Iron Golf. I'm using the clubs. I've actually gone to the one length clubs a la Bryson DeChambeau, so have had a little success with them so far. We're going to learn more about them from Matt Lake.
Good deal. Greeny, thanks for joining us as always, man. Looking forward to catching up with you and talking some Masters next week right here on Pirate Radio. Have a great show on Saturday, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Cliff. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you. There is Mark Greenhalgh, Greeny, from the Golf Shop Radio Show. Chandler will have to do some type of Masters draft next week on the show.
Okay. Yeah.
Shirley, I know you're not a huge golf aficionado, but if we do some type of draft on the show, you want to be involved?
Sure, why not?
I mean, you can
press
Google
my luck a little.
Yeah, you can Google anything, Masters power rankings or something, and find a list of guys.
Yeah, sure.
All right, she's fired up and ready
don't
to
get
go.
Too excited.
Yeah, calm down. We're not doing it till next week.
Excitement time!
Excitement time! So, okay, we'll figure something out to do on the air next week as far as a Masters pool. That'll get me excited about it, at least. All right, what else was I going to mention as we... Oh, I saw Joe West was trending.
Oh.
Greenville,
Country Joe West.
Yeah, he's an Eastern North Carolina legend.
North Carolina legend.
And when I see Joe West's name, I think of my grandfather, who's no longer with us, who was a bit of a sports conspiracy guy. Every time the team he was rooting for lost, he'd say the game was fixed. And every time Joe West was umping, he would tell me that Joe West hated the Braves and would always call, strikes and balls and bad calls against the Braves. Well, Joe West is trending, and, it's not for a good reason. He is umping in the Shirley's Red Sox versus the Orioles game, and apparently he's already in mid-season form with some of the bad calls.
Oh, man. I'm surprised that he hasn't hung up the...
I know. He's been there forever.
I mean, it's crazy.
Now, the Orioles are up 2-0 the last time I checked.
Okay.
So, unless... I would love to see what the bad call was.
Who's the other guy that's really...
Angel Hernandez.
Angel Hernandez, yeah.
It was recently in like a...
Was he the one that called the safe call on the no, that wasn't the one.
On the perfect game?
Yeah.
Nope, that was...
Joyce.
Yes. His last name was
Jim
Joyce.
Jim
Joyce.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. As soon as you said it, it hit me.
They gave the guy a car the next day. And
Armando Galarraga.
And
because I remember watching that game, and when Jim Joyce called the runner safe, I was absolutely stunned. I was like, there's no way in hell he was safe. He was out by a mile. How in the world do you make that call?
It was going to be a perfect game or a no-hitter?
A perfect game, I believe.
It was one of the two. I want to say it was a no-hitter.
They interviewed Jim Joyce either after the game or the next day.
He openly admitted he messed up the call.
He screwed it up bad.
Crying.
Yeah, and maybe this is a good reason to have replay because you won't have that situation again moving forward.
The pitcher reacted a lot better than I did. He just kind of sat there with his hands on top of his head.
Yeah, I mean, nothing you can do at that point.
There was no replay back then.
Joe West, back in it. Joe West, Country Joe, Cowboy Joe, born in Asheville, grew up in Greenville, played football at ECU and Elon, the Tony Collins special.
I thought he had something to do with J.H. Rose, too.
How old is he? He worked Nolan Ryan's 5th no-hitter.
Wow.
He was on the field for Willie McCovey's 500th home run and was involved in a 1983 pushing incident with Joe Torre. He is 68 years old.
Was that when Joe Torre was the manager of the Braves?
I'm going to say he was the manager of the Braves at that point.
Yeah, because I remember
It definitely wasn't
Joe,
the Yankees.
Yeah, what? No. He was the manager for the Braves back in the 80s. I just don't know if it was 83.
And he's an Eastern North Carolina legend.
Joe Torre was a trivia question Wednesday night at AJ's. He is the only player to hit 2 home runs in back-to-back opening day games. He did it for the Milwaukee Braves.
Wow.
Back in the 60s. All right, let's take a time out.
As we go to break, Cliff, I do want to say it is championship day today for the best bar in America. Sup Dogs going against Rico or Chico's, Raleigh's in Chico, California. You have until 8 o'clock to tweet out hashtag Best Bar Sup Dogs.
Your Twitter must be public. This is only a Twitter-only contest. Hashtag Best Bar Sup Dogs. Make sure the S is on the end or the hashtag doesn't count. And Pardon My Take, an ESPN program, has now...
Well, Pardon My Take is a Barstool.
Excuse me.
program.
Pardon My Take. What's the one that is in ESPN?
Oh,
Pardon the interruption and First Take.
First Take
Pardon
is the one
My
I'm
Take comes from
Okay,
those two
thank
things.
you. All right. Well, anyway, that Twitter account is now pulling for Riley's.
Because Big Cat, one of their hosts, is trying to get Aaron Rodgers on the show.
Correct.
So he's pandering to...
Yes. So we are
cheap.
calling all the big dogs in Pirate Nation.
Yeah, we never do anything like that.
Hashtag Best Bar Sup Dogs, plural. All you got to do is make sure you just put that tweet that hashtag out, and make sure that your Twitter handle is public. Private accounts don't count towards
Chris
the vote.
Johnson, Mr. Beast, Vince McMahon, whoever you are out there, please help us out.
Bryce Williams.
Big Bryce.
Now what?
Come on, man.
What I got? You think if we started explaining this to Bryce right now, he could do it by 8 o'clock?
No.
Dang, man.
Should I
love you, Bryce,
type it?
but no.
Should I type it with my left thumb or my right thumb?
Man, is this on the phone or the computer? Or do I
Like he's an old man. Like he's, 25, 26 years old, but he's an old man.
Do I have to go to the library to do it?
Do
or-
I have to have the internet?
And what
You
is
know
this?
he's going to get us back for all of this. You know that, right?
Bryce Williams. By the way, we should be seeing him because he left his nice sunglasses
Yeah.
here.
And
the other
today
day.
is his dog's second birthday. Happy birthday to Grady.
What? Today is his dog's second birthday?
That's right.
Well, he's having a big day because I can't think of another more important moment in my life than when my dog turned 2.
I don't even know my dog's birthday.
You know, there's people
You
out
are
there.
a terrible mother.
There's people out there that throw birthday parties for their dogs.
I know. And look.
Well, and look, all four of them.
I don't blame it.
I know the approximate age of my dogs. That's it. And it's usually based on how old my godson is.
So you have a reference point.
I have a reference point, and that's my godson's age.
Tony Dunn is here. Hair's looking great. We'll talk some football and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at aa.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the pirates fly.
You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. Good things come to those who wait. At Jersey Mike's, they also come to those who don't. Download our app, order ahead, and skip the line. Cut to the Chase by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Hey, Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges. And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates. That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates. We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi-Cola, this is our home. Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
Hey, Troy, have you heard about The Place?
No, Jason, what place?
It's The Place. It's Washington's newest restaurant on the waterfront. The Place is located in downtown Washington in the Harbor District with waterfront seating in the back. We're open for bistro-style lunches Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 2 and elevated comfort-style dinners Thursday through Saturday 5 to 9. Plus Sundays, we have the best Southern brunch in town.
Man, that's awesome, Jason. The Place sounds like the place to be.
It is. We look forward to seeing you there. The Place in Washington, North Carolina.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Coach Blake Harrell, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, a new episode of the Pirate Radio Podcast is now available on our Apple Podcast channel and SoundCloud archive. The Pirate Radio Podcast brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Visit whiteclaw.com today. White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly. The new podcast features The Voice, Jeff Charles, going one-on-one with professional wrestler Action Mike Jackson, who is in his 70s and still wrestling. You can listen to this podcast now by visiting our podcast channel, and you can also tune in tonight at 6 o'clock on 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 FM in Washington, and PR927FM.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Action Mike Jackson. I looked him up when Jeff talked to him, and you got to check him out. Interesting fella. Wrestling in his 70s. Tony Dunn is here. Tony, what are you going to be doing in your 70s?
Not wrestling, probably.
Cooking?
Hopefully still breathing.
We can talk about that delicious barbecue.
Oh, man. Oh, good Friday to you guys.
Good Friday.
Good Friday.
A good Friday.
A good Friday to all of us.
What have you made this week, Tony, food-wise?
Oh, this week, we did, since we're going low carb now, we did a egg roll in a bowl. So you just don't have you make the same ingredients, yeah, and it's just like a bunch of cabbage and.
So it's basically like a salad.
Cooked Asian salad, yeah.
Okay.
I think I did that.
Speaking of
chicken wings this week.
Nice. Speaking of salad, lettuce, how long are you going to get your lettuce?
I don't know, man. I don't really know what's going on with it, to be honest. It's an experiment.
You know how you implode explode the old stadiums, but it's a controlled. What do they call it? A controlled explosion, controlled implosion,
like a demolition.
Like I think it's under control, but it is like
it's getting large.
Yeah, right.
And in charge.
It's a fire, but you have it under control. Right.
Yeah.
Everything's okay. It's not going to spread. But
no, I don't know. It's just kind of go rolling with it until my wife says she's going to divorce me.
There you go. That's a lot of hair things. Facial hair.
Yeah, I mean, she's made it through all of them.
Okay, so Tony walks in and says, what do we have to talk about today? I said, great question. Because, nothing going on in Pantherland this week?
No, Chandler, did you get fooled this week?
Was there an April Fool's?
Yes, I did. I forgot I sent you that.
Well, usually is that you have to know, since that Twitter was invented and all of this was the internet, is that April Fool's is a day to dupe all sports fans.
I was duped.
And if Deshaun Watson wouldn't have been under all this scandal, it would have been all Watson traded to this and stuff. But everybody stayed away from it this time.
George Kittle did his
own one where he said he was going to the Jaguars.
Yeah, had him in the Jags jersey. So what was the Panthers one?
Tell them what you read the 15 minutes before it too. By the way,
hold on. I know that I was on Instagram, and I follow a lot of Panther fan accounts, and so I come across a picture of Teddy Bridgewater, and there is breaking news.
Oh, Chandler.
And that we had extended his contract. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
That was also, he got duped by Tahir Whitehead being
and then also Tahir Whitehead was extended apparently too, and I was like, there's no way in the world that we extended him. And then I was like, it is April Fool's.
This was moments after he read my tweet that said, don't believe anything on the internet today. And how about that Roy Williams?
Yeah.
Well, see, I refuse to even make an opinion about it until I had 70 sources.
Well, that's one of those that's almost too big to believe. You're like, yeah, whatever. The good April Fool's pranks, I think, are like the Bridgewater or maybe the Whitehead, where, oh man, this is going to get a reaction from me, but it is somewhat believable that it could happen.
A lot of people fall for the big ones, though.
Roy Williams retiring on April Fool's Day is kind of like an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, I mean, he probably did it on purpose to us.
Yeah, so he fooled people into thinking
that it was a
clip
fool.
With the best tweet of the week for me.
Oh, thanks. What'd I do?
Where you said best day ever.
Oh,
so funny.
Josh Graham's response when Roy Williams retired was,
I'm without words.
I have no words.
Clip tweeted best day ever. Oh gosh, I was rolling.
He's a liar. He had words.
He did,
and then we had words. And now
you won.
Everything's okay.
He had no words, but I'm sure he spent about half of his show talking about Roy Williams' retirement.
So nothing going on in Panthers land this week?
No, I think from what I've seen is just every pro day that comes up, people are talking about who is there.
Are we about done with that? ECU had theirs this week. We got to be about done with pro day season, right?
I don't know. Is that since there's no combine, I feel like, Alabama had 2 of them. So
ECU had 2. ECU had 1 position player. They had 2 offensive players working out at pro day this year, and Alabama had 2 full pro days.
2 full pro days.
Wow.
The Panthers have met with Kyle Pitts several times.
He was impressive.
He ran a 4.4. He's 240 or 260 or something like that.
Yeah. Are you willing to take a tight end that high in the draft?
I am anti-tight end, man.
As a matter of fact, I'm almost talking to teams ahead of the Panthers because there's a chance he's not even there. In fact, there's probably a good chance he's not there when you guys play.
I don't personally like the idea, and to me, he looks like like he's going to be a wide receiver anyway.
Right.
But I could be wrong on that. The thing is that everybody knows that all the elite teams have a standout tight end, and there are some ballers out there. There's Kittle, there's Kelsey, there's the guy from Darren Waller, right?
Yeah, who's been great.
He's been great, and so there's probably one other in the league we could find that are really, really good, but none of those guys were taken in the first round. That's what I continue to come back, or if they were, it was very late. All the ones that we've invested a super ton in, O.J. Howard is one that comes to mind.
I'm trying to think of the last tight end to go in the
I
first
think
round.
Vernon Davis went in the first round a long time ago.
Yeah, and he did turn. He
was good, but
they thought he was going to be George Kittle. That type of. I guess, and he was for a while, and I think his longevity was important. Greg Olsen went like 12.
All right, here's some tight ends taken in the first round. T.J. Hawkinson, who to this point has not been worth it. Hayden Hurst.
No, I don't think that's worth it.
O.J. Howard.
Gesicki.
Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
David Njoku.
Nope.
All pretty good, but no. And then let's see, first round. I'm back. Eric Ebron, nah.
Mm-mm.
Tyler Eifert, nah. I mean, again, these are all decent guys.
You're not naming any of the guys that stand out like George Kittle.
And they're all third-round dudes that
Jermaine
turned out to be
Gresham,
amazing.
Brandon Pettigrew, no.
See?
Dustin Keller, Greg Olsen.
That's like one of the best on the list.
Vernon Davis went 6th overall, which is definitely the
way ahead of
highest.
their time.
And that is around where Pitts is being looked at, right?
Yeah. I mean, is that the Panthers think he could be there at 8, maybe?
Jeremy Shockey
was
that first
a pretty
rounder.
good one.
So there you go. It's a short list. I think your point stands.
It's a long
Tony.
list of people taken in the first round. A short list of people that we care about.
Right, and your point stands. You mentioned Gesicki. He was pretty early on in the second round. Dallas Goedert as well. But your point is you could find some value in later rounds for the tight end position. Although it has become now more of a receiver position. Like you're not asking your tight end to sit there and block on the line. You're putting him out in the slot, and Pitts looks like that kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean that you see that is a good part of the game today, but at the same time, the Panthers also didn't have any tight end action in their whole offense last year. So if you have the guy that can be a receiver, you should use him. But you do need he's going to have to block no matter what. I mean, even Greg Olsen had to block some, and so you can't just be a receiver with a tight end number. And so I wonder if they'll try to ask him to move to the outside because he's got a wingspan bigger than dang DK Metcalf. That was another thing. He had the longest wingspan in the history of the combine or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So the Panthers have met with him. Penei Sewell was today. That's probably a great pick. And then a lot of questions. Now we're in the dumb part of waiting for the draft where every quarterback, and particularly the black quarterbacks, there's these stupid rumors that are like, man, their work ethic. Like Justin Fields, all of a sudden there's a couple of guys coming out and saying Justin Fields don't like the game or something like that.
Was it Dan Orlovsky going and
then he doubled down
Kirk
on it.
Herbstreit kind of went after him, the two ESPN guys going at it.
Yeah, and so this is the time where we don't have anything to talk about, so people just say things.
You also don't know who is saying these things. Are they trying to make his value decrease so they can pick him?
You know what? Justin Fields, terrible work ethic. The worst. I bet you he would not make it anywhere past 7.
There's always a player each year that they talk about that. They always give their negativity outlooks about players. So
sometimes
and it's around this time that they do
but you can't just say 100% of the time it's all hogwash.
Yeah. Because people are saying it, and the
Dwayne Haskins
words matter.
Yeah. So
was there any pro days, Tony, that really raised your eyebrows that interest you at the 8th pick?
I think it's just crazy how fast these kids are. Now everybody's times is always faster at pro days. It feels like that. But no, there's who is he plays for? Don't make me find names. That's not a good exercise to ask me names. Micah Parsons was very fast.
Well, just say the guy from so-and-so.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of what school it was.
Is he a football player?
He is a football player, and he's only like 5'9", and he's a wide receiver. And Rondale.
Oh, the guy from Purdue?
Yes.
Moore?
Yes.
Another
Moore. Imagine having DJ
Moore, David Moore, and now
More Moores.
More Moores. And he ran like a 4.2. And he's awesome. He can squat 600 pounds. That's insane for a little guy.
Wow.
It's like a little Darren Sproles.
Well, you do need a slot guy, right? To fill in the spot for Curtis Samuel?
Yeah, we need a lot of things. So all of these guys are looking pretty good. But Clip, you have talked me out of caring about any of this. So as I look at your computer trying to learn about these headlines of what's going on, we're going to follow all these guys all day long, and 1% of all the hypothesis of what's going to happen, including all the experts, will be correct.
We have 3 more shows after this before the NFL draft. So, Chandler, I'll ask you every week leading up to it, who do you want the Panthers to select? And I'll get your answer right now, and I'll ask you 3 more times before the draft.
I mean...
So, where are you at right now?
I would really love if he's going to be there at 8, Penei Sewell. But we were talking about this off the air. I don't think that he's going to. There's no way that he'll be at. He'll be ready at the 8th, or he will not be on the board at the 8th pick. So
Are you saying that with the assumption that all 5 QBs are off the board?
See, that's how I don't know.
Or is
that's the thing though, because I don't know if there's a quarterback. I don't know, man.
Trey Lance, that's who I want.
Yeah,
that's who I want. But now
you want Mac Jones or Penei?
Oh God, that's easy.
I'm asking Penei. Chandler. Don't let him influence you.
No, I really do want. I want that. I want that tackle.
I love the penne pasta.
That's Familia. If they get Penei, we got to do some kind of deal with Familia.
Yeah, like every time he pancake box a guy, you get, I don't know, penne.
I was going to say Penei, but now they do brunch. We can get pancakes. Their first ever Penei pancake dish.
Sewell and Moton on the opposite ends is very attractive to me.
Well, what's happening with your team, Clip?
What's happening with our team? Well,
exciting things.
We've had I would say if it's a bad off season or good off season, the scale has been tipped to good.
Okay.
Again,
it's been one of your better ones, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we got Samuel, we got the corner who I don't know from Cincinnati, who everybody is excited about.
Who he also hates Cincinnati too.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Yep. That's great. Redbeard's a Cincinnati fan. We hate him, so that's good. I don't love Ryan Fitzpatrick, but it is what it is at this point. I'm going to ride with Fitzmagic. We're going to have fun. We're going to win some ball games. I'm cool with it. It's been positive.
You got the sheriff back.
Really, and he is on a franchise tag, but I mean, I'd like to see him long term. The worst stuff again is happening off the field, where Daniel Snyder now has 100% control of Washington. But as far as the team goes, I'm fine with it.
This guy, man, he's going to change the name back
to the Redskins.
Yeah.
All right, we have our new name. It's Meet the New Boss, same as the old boss, the Redskins.
If I'm going to be honest, if Sewell and no quarterbacks are available at 8, I have been convinced by the C3 Panther podcast film room.
Oh my God! Can you talk?
Micah Parsons from Penn State. I would love to have him at 8.
He is like a freak of nature, but the question is how polished he is at this moment. You know, he runs a 4.31 or something, 4.39. He is a linebacker. He is 6'4". He's 240. He's running as fast as dang Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
you know, and big. So he's going to be a force, and you know, it is exciting to see when you saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers continue to reload at the linebacker position. They had Quan Alexander and Levante David. Then they moved on from Quan Alexander, but then Levante David and Devin White. And, you know, you're kind of thinking, man, you put Micah Parsons there, and he could be flying around. Maybe he'd bring back some life to that linebacker core. And then you think of Hassan Reddick and Jeremy Chin behind him. And
his former teammate, Yetur Gross-Motos.
Yeah. But the real problem with him is when you do watch the tape on Micah Parsons, that he is like a top fleet, elite athlete. But right now, he's got to polish his game up. You know, it's not... You know, but you do want him to grow, right, as a player. You know, is that like reading the play, making sure that he's a little over-aggressive at times, you know, and like it's kind of like a defensive end who just tries to speed rush every time. And they start running the ball at him, and it becomes a problem. So, you know, he's gonna have to grow into a player. Like, he's not as polished as Luke Kuechly was coming out of college. But the upside on him is amazing. And I think as somewhat similar to Isaiah Simmons last year. Is that
I was going to bring
on
him
the
up.
future, more than you're betting on the player at this moment?
Because it sounded like that's who you were describing, the guy the Cardinals drafted last year, who I thought was going to go to Carolina. A lot of people
he went
did.
for us.
Yeah. Tony, another reason I'm not like, even though I'm down on the draft, I'm always into the draft for what my team's going to do. I'm down on the draft completely, but Washington had a decent year last year, so they're picking so late in the draft that it's tough to get excited about because we're not in the top 10. If I was in your spot, I'd be a little more excited. Last year, I knew we were going to get Chase Young, so I was excited for a lot of the offseason. But when you're picking kind of middle of the pack, it takes a little of the fun out of it.
Yeah, you're going to have to start thinking about what you want from your team, what you want your team to grow into and where you really could see some upside and some value. And it's really more the intrigue, I think, that's exciting than any of it, right? Is that like, I don't want to do another mock draft. I saw somebody, this guy, he is like a Twitter scout. And he said, I got a free few minutes. Hit me up with a team and I'll do a mock draft for you. I was like, why don't they just go on the Draft Network and do their own dang mock draft or auto draft, right? I mean, it's just so ridiculous, and we are dying for news. And I think it's hard for us, Clip, because we're so used to the NFL dominating the headlines all the time. And we are in one of the moments where it's kind of thin for us to be excited. And it will be after the draft that it's even worse.
All right.
Opening day was yesterday for baseball. Cubs.
Both of our teams lost.
I know.
Yours to the worst team in baseball.
My team is the worst team in baseball this year, I think. They're not looking good.
Wait a minute. If you lose to the worst team,
you are the worst team.
Chandler's team been playing all weekend. That's fun. Shirley, is your team still losing? What's the Red Sox O score?
Hold on 1 second.
As we could really sweep here with my team won't even play today.
We won't even watch baseball this year at this point.
I'm a hockey fan. O's are up 3-0 over Boston in the 8th inning. How about that? John Means on the mound for Baltimore.
I knew we suck, but come on, man. We can't lose to this.
Man, at least the Orioles will get a win.
They will. They will not go winless in 2021. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 2. More to go with Tony Dunn, a little more NFL, and we'll talk some Canes when we return after this.
A car wash experience like no other is here at the new Tommy's Express. You'll enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride through our bright, inviting wash as luscious foams and soft cloths treat your car like new. After a final rinse, wax, and blow dry for a beautiful spot-free shine in just about 3 minutes, help yourself to our free vacuums and mat washers. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
National Signing Day has come and gone, but that doesn't mean the recruiting news cycle is stopping. In fact, the Pirates still have their sights set on top targets in the transfer portal and have already turned their attention to the 2022 class. HoistTheColors.net has the latest on EC recruiting from a football perspective, and we also cover basketball and baseball commitments like no others. Sign up now and get your first month for a single $1 to get the latest scoop on your favorite Pirate teams, along with in-depth baseball and spring football coverage in the months ahead. HoistTheColors.net.
Find yourself working from home or at least spending more time there? Want some remodeling for your house or a fresh look? How about a new deck or screened-in porch to add livable space outside? Don't know who to call? Well, you do now. Call the professionals at R&R Remodeling. They've been serving the local community for 15 years. Ronnie and his crew can help you today. Call for a free quote, 252-286-4119, or visit R&R Remodeling on Facebook. R&R Remodeling, construction you can count on.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity, next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. What the heck was that?
There goes Chuck from Naughty Dog again, so pumped about the awesome things at Naughty Dog, he runs around town screaming with excitement. Naughty Dog releases 2 to 3 beers every month, has food trucks every Friday and Saturday, wine specials every Wednesday, plenty of indoor and outdoor space to enjoy, beers to go with curbside pickup, and just launched the new Koozie Club. Be sure to ask about that on your next visit. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and be sure to follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Jersey Mike's is open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Order in store or online through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, bit of a slow news week in the NFL outside of the Deshaun Watson stuff going on, where you've got more lawsuits and you've got his attorney, who I believe is Rusty Hardin. I always hear that guy's name.
He did Adrian Peterson's case too.
He only does like the big time cases that get in the news apparently. But he has now a long list of masseuses that have given Deshaun Watson a massage that didn't have an issue or something. So he
said we have over 130 documented massages.
Which brings up the question: what does Deshaun Watson do other than get massages?
I guess he only plays football and gets massages
Monday through Saturday.
He's just massage.
That's massage time. Sunday football time,
and then right back to the massage parlor.
And his name he came up on some tweets today regarding football for the first time I've seen in a while, where it says it appears it's still continuing in the direction of him just not playing for the Texans.
Who do you think is going to be the first when he plays football again? If he plays football again, the first time he weaves a ball in, it's going to be like, man, he really massaged that one in. Somebody's going to do it. I just did it.
Tony's the first. In fact, the tweet I read said, don't rule out Alex Smith in Houston. They could have an Alex Smith, Tyrod Taylor duo, which, by the way, would be against your Panthers in a game because that's the extra game for the 17th game added on the schedule. All right, so Tony, with that down, you're a hockey man now.
Oh, yeah.
And you're in full Canes mode. Canes picking up a win. It was I didn't watch it. I was following along. They scored late last night, right?
Yeah. It went into overtime.
Oh, they won.
No, they won right before overtime.
Correct.
It was right at the last second.
So they are still playing great, in great shape.
Natius, man. He's a beast.
That's your guy.
He is amazing, man. Everybody's contributing. The Hurricanes are playing well. It'll be exciting. The race is tight. They're still, I think, in third place, maybe down by a point, but it's all separated by a point. Really a fun hockey team to watch, and they're playing hard. They know the stakes are high. So we'll see. And I know Mrazek is just back out on assignment in Chicago.
I was just looking that up because I saw today. So Mrazek recalled from conditioning stint. What does that mean exactly?
I know he played one game with the Chicago team and had 40 saves in that game.
Chicago Wolves. They're no longer affiliated with the Charlotte Checkers. Right. They're with the Wolves now. Mrazek played in his first game since January 30th on Thursday. 43 saves, Tony Dunn.
Yeah.
So, man, that is very positive news if you get him back in the nets.
Yes, because Ned's playing great. Reimer is not the better of the two. And I thought Mrazek was the best of all three going in, but Ned's got the hot hand. We'll see if he can really give this team a boost when he returns.
Good deal there. Tony Dunn is second. Tony Dunn, you are second place in the Pirate Radio.
Do I have a chance?
Bracket challenge. Chandler, grab his bracket over there.
You are 1 point behind Hunter Ellerby.
Jonathan's son.
The two college basketball experts.
Tony's like Kramer in the Seinfeld episode where he goes to the karate class and beats all the kids up. You're 1 point behind Ellerby's son. You're 1 point ahead of Troy's son.
I think I have Baylor, Houston, and Gonzaga are my three.
And who's your champ?
Gonzaga? I have, Gonzaga versus Houston.
So, you do have chance. Oh, man, that Houston-Baylor game is really important then, I would say, to you. If you get Houston, if it's a Houston-Gonzaga championship, you will be in great shape here, Tony Dunn.
What does this young buck have? That's what we need to know is what does he have? Who does he have in the championship?
Shirley's job as scorekeeper is never finished.
How do I make up this 1 point?
Okay, let me pull his up because
let's see this young buck
Hunter has the only points he can get is if Baylor makes it to the championship and wins it.
Okay, so I
have a good shot.
It's down to Baylor Houston as far as leapfrogging him. You really should have had 4 Final Four teams. Michigan laid a giant egg against UCLA. But, Tony, your strategy has paid off. Don't watch any basketball and just fill out your bracket in 3 to 4 minutes and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, and you fill it out in a weird way where you almost fill it out backwards.
How's that work?
Like I just went like to the here, and then I found my way to there, and then I started to work on all the other games.
It's I might have to use that strategy next year. Well done. All right. Anything else going on in your world, Tony?
No. Right now, you watch anything good on TV?
Last night I watched the Winter Soldier and
Falcon.
How was it?
The first.
Do you have superhero fatigue?
I don't have fatigue. I'm also not super into it.
Right.
So I'm just kind of watching it as an observer. And
I
loved WandaVision because it was so weird. I was really into that.
Oh, yeah. WandaVision was very, very good.
It was cool.
I mean, are you kind of into the Marvel universe?
Yeah.
And that's why you're
somewhat.
Okay.
It's just too big.
I'm just kind of all into that. So for me,
so have you watched
I've seen the first episode. I haven't seen the second one yet. I haven't had a chance to watch anything.
I like the actors that are in it. I watched the first episode of the Mighty Ducks deal last week.
Oh, so it's a show, not a movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's 1 ep a week. And I thought it was going to be more like Cobra Kai, where there's a kid storyline going on, but also most of it is the Johnny and LaRussa storyline.
No Emilio Estevez?
Emilio showed up, but that was really it as far as. But I read.
What was his name again?
Gordon Bombay.
Yeah, Bombay. That's right.
Bombay's in it. And I read that there's going to be a bunch of old people in it, but he was the only one that showed up. So it was I was like watching a kid show and felt kind of weird. And I wanted the old people to show up, and maybe they will, but they haven't as of yet.
So I'm trying to get into the superhero stuff because like a lot of people I know like it. So the Justice League movie came out.
I have not watched
the director's cut.
I had the 4-hour one.
Very good. Very good.
Went back and I watched Superman, Man of Steel, and then Batman versus Superman, which I was told those are the movies leading up to it. So now I have to try to figure out how I'm going to give 4 hours. I love Batman, but I mean, gosh, that's a long time.
Well, the thing is that when you watch the original cut that was released a couple of years ago, that one left a lot of gaps in the story to where it seemed like it was jumping all over the place, and you were like, how did we get here? It's very confusing. You're not sure what's going on. The 4-hour cut includes the extra footage that explains all of that, and it makes much, much more sense. But yeah, it is. I mean, it's like 4 hours and some change, 4 hours 20 minutes, something like that. But it's totally worth it because it helped fill in those gaps that where I got confused because I like DC Comics. I love Marvel. I've always been a big Wonder Woman fan, and I never really understood based on the original cut why she was even in all of that and how she got to that point and why she seemed to be such a nemesis for Steppenwolf. And the
Rock Band,
magic carpet.
The Steppenwolf is actually the nemesis in the movie, but yeah, so it really helped fill in those gaps.
Are you going to watch Kong versus Godzilla?
I thought about that because I do have.
Everybody said it's terrible.
What's it on HBO? Really?
Well, first of all, Kong.
I'm not really into those movies.
What was it? The first one or the?
I like the one that
Skull
had Jack
Island
Black
one?
in it.
Oh, was that Jumanji or was that Kong?
No, it was one of the King Kongs.
It was Godzilla, maybe. No,
it wasn't King Kong. Yeah, it was a King Kong.
I'm not really into it, but I might watch it.
It was super long too. It was ridiculously long.
Well, see, Godzilla movies were always kind of campy anyway. The original ones, the ones I grew up watching, they were campy anyway. So I guess if it's gonna be bad, it might as well be.
What I want to watch is the new movie with I keep wanting to call his character name Bob Odenkirk, Saul Goodman, Better Call Saul, where he's in a movie where he just goes he kind of goes postal, like he's a normal dude, and then he just gets set off and goes crazy.
Have you ever seen Falling Down?
Because that is want to talk about somebody going postal.
That they did that in the 90s, and that
was Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, I think it was. And
no. It was Michael Douglas.
Yes,
Michael Douglas.
Correct.
Kirk is his dad.
1990. Oh,
and where he just gets stuck
loses
in traffic.
Oh my goodness! It is such a good movie.
That's a good movie.
I've either seen it. I recognize the picture of him in the white shirt with the tie. I recognize
when he goes into the convenience store. No. Is it convenience store or is it the McDonald's he goes into?
It was some sort of burger shack or
or like a burger joint. He just It's basically what you want to do when you lose your mind getting stuck in traffic.
Okay.
But it's a really good movie.
All right. Well, I'll put that on the in the queue. Is that what it's called?
Speaking of Cobra Kai, yes. When is the next season coming out?
Well, one just came out, Shirley.
What was it, season 4?
3. Yeah. So I'm imagining, although.
But when did that come out?
Like
January.
Okay.
I almost said like 6
so I'm
months
caught
ago.
up
Feels
now.
like 6 months ago.
Okay, I'm caught up now. See, I hate it when they put it all out at once like that, because then you binge watch, and then once you're done, you're like, I gotta wait
There's
another.
like a good thing and a bad thing to the binge watching, right? The best thing is to binge watch a show that came out a year ago that's about to come out with a new season.
This is Shirley.
Because then you're like, when you haven't seen Ozark, and then you find out it's like the best show ever.
When is that coming out? That's been forever.
I'm still waiting on Stranger Things. They're just now getting back to filming.
Cobra Kai season 4 expected to be out on Netflix at the tail end of 2021 or early 2022.
Okay,
so there you go.
Okay, and the other one I'm waiting for but it's not on Netflix. Is Killing Eve.
Oh,
that's a BBC.
that's pretty cool.
Oh man,
cool.
that show is good.
All right, there is our Friday TV talk with Tony Dunn. Tony, thanks for hanging out today, man. Have a great Easter, and we'll talk to you again next week. All right, second time out. We'll come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live on the way. It's Free Beer Friday. You can win a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh!
A Michelob Ultra 6-pack cooler and bucket, a large pizza from Domino's, and a new Pirate Radio Vibes Only t-shirt. when we open up the phone lines coming up in this third hour. We got Morgan Ahlers, we got Double B Brian Bailey, and more on the way in hour 3. Back with you after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Join the staff at CPW's in Greenville for a classic road trip down Highway 61 as they feature excerpts from their classic Blues Highway food and drink menu. Come celebrate Blues Brothers Night every Thursday with bar specials. Open for lunch with new lunch specials and everyday features including pizza, salad, and quesadillas. Also offering drop-off catering for work and school events. CPW's, Stanton Square across from the hospital in Greenville.
Hey Birdland, as we welcome fans back to Oriole Park this season, we've set up some game day health and safety policies to keep everyone safe. At Oriole Park, this includes limited capacity pod seating, cashless transactions, mask mandates, and other policies. Get game day ready by purchasing tickets online for easy and contactless entry into the ballpark. Your energy fuels Birdland, and we're excited to welcome you back. View our complete list of game day health and safety protocols at Orioles.com/welcome back.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. If you've got damage from wood rot, get it fixed. How about damage from smoke or fire? Fixed. Damage caused by water? Fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and 1. Fixed NC, restore, renew, maintain. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Hour 3 of PRL, Free Beer Friday edition. We've got Free Beer Friday brought to you by Michelob Ultra Infusions, a superior light beer infused and loaded with exotic taste and free from artificial colors and flavors. It's beer meets exotic fruit at only 95 calories per bottle. Choose from lime and prickly pear cactus, pure gold, and pomegranate. Great manual soundboard by Chandler there. And I'm going to say this is a agave, A-G-A-V-E.
Guave.
Starts with an A. You said that Shirley's out of it. She's calling Morgan Ahlers.
You're done. You just turn your mic off.
Chandler's out of it? Okay, both of y'all are out of it. Guave. Did you make that up?
No, guave! No.
Michelob Ultra Infusions, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. We are going to give away a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh!
Michelob Ultra 6-pack cooler and bucket, a large pizza from Domino's, and a new Pirate Radio Vibes Only t-shirt coming up later on this hour. All right, we do have Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Morgan, good to talk with you, man. How you doing today?
Ooh, I'm doing good. What is that?
Something that they happened to do the first time I read it, and now I said they have to do it every single time that I say it.
Awesome. Say it again.
All right, let's see if they do it. Today we are giving away a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack.
Ooh.
Sounds good. It almost sounds like your George Takei impression that you do, Morgan.
Yes, it does.
Morgan, it has been a wild week in ECU athletics. Good, bad, ugly, all tied into one, and kind of run them all down right now. ECU baseball has won a couple in a row. That's on the good side of things. The bad side of things, Jaden Gardner leaving the program, and I don't know if this is bad or ugly, but another pause for ECU football during the offseason with the COVID issues, and hopefully they can get back on the field soon. Let's start with hoops. Morgan, you saw a lot of Jaden Gardner basketball over the last few years, being the PA at Minges Coliseum, and I really am both sidesing it here, where I say I understand why he's leaving. I'm also a little surprised. Thought he might give it another year with Joe Dooley and the Pirates. But what were your thoughts when you saw that Jaden was leaving the program?
Initially, when I saw it, very surprised. He was one of these, he's one of these players that's just a good kid, good family. He's given it all while he's here at East Carolina. Then when it happened, I was shocked. But the more I thought about it, if you're looking at it from his standpoint, just purely, sometimes you have to look at it like that. As much as from a fan standpoint, you don't want it to happen. You can say, well, maybe I understand, but in looking at the transfer process and the transfer to where you're going, there's what's the old saying, better the devil you know than the devil you don't know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of teams that, hey, you can come to our team, you can be a big player, but the guys, when you go in there, they want that playing time as well. And you're going to want to go to a school that maybe say, hey, we can compete for a national championship, or we can make a deep run into the big dance. And every basketball player wants that to happen. I understand that from his standpoint. Kind of wish maybe he'd have given, at least got one more year out of it, got his degree, in my opinion, if he would have done that, got his degree from East Carolina, he says, hey, I'm going to move on from my last year. Thank you so much, Pirate Nation. I'll be a Pirate for life. He'd have been he's a Hall of Famer. Still might be, after 3 seasons.
Right.
He's a Hall of Famer here at East Carolina. And that doesn't happen very often in basketball, because there's some really good basketball players that come through here that are not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And again, he still might be. But wish him well. He's a good player, good kid. Look forward to following him in the next year or so and see what happens with Jaden Gardner.
Well, and you don't know for sure, Morgan, but talking to Igoe, and I don't know what you know exactly, but it does sound like Tristan Newton, Brandon Suggs, and Tremont Robinson-White will be returning to the roster. Outside of that, it's going to be a lot of new faces to get to know, and some of those will be freshmen that have committed to ECU. Some still could be plunked from that transfer portal. So there's going to be a lot of new faces next year, but at least a few guys to build around that have been here for a year or two.
Yeah, I think if you've got those three that are coming back, and matter of fact, last night I think Igoe tweeted out that one of the players that are coming in from East Carolina was on ESPNU. I think I watched that for a little while. It looked pretty good. Good-looking young man. They're going to have a lot of rebuilding, and they'll have a lot of time to get there and get to know each other. Hopefully, they have a full season of preseason stuff to work on. The off-season workouts will be key. But you got 3 or 4 guys that can still lead you to where you need to go, and who knows who else we get from that dreaded transfer portal.
It is always stocked and full of players going in and out. Pirates have 6 players from last year's roster in the transfer portal already, and we'll probably try to take 1 or 2 guys out of that transfer portal. Morgan, I hate this topic because there's really nothing you can add to it. You just got to wait it out. Another COVID pause with ECU football, and every time I bring it up, I do say it's quite a shame because, as you know, it felt like there was a lot of positive momentum, a lot of high energy. Mike Houston was fired up to get the pads popping and doing situational drills and team workouts, and they were kind of gearing up for their first scrimmage, which would have been on Saturday. Instead, they are paused, and I asked Igoe earlier in the show, Morgan, about maybe return dates, and he said if everything goes great, they're hoping for a Tuesday return, which would be awesome. That would be about a week off, but that's the best case scenario. We'll have to wait and see if they can get back on the practice field next week or the following week. But just another setback, but hopefully not the end of spring football. Hopefully they can get back out there at some point.
I definitely think they'll be back, and if I'm East Carolina, if I'm a university that has athletics in North Carolina, and they're saying April 7th, anybody over 16 years old can get them, I'm going with my players. I'm saying, let's get the shot. Go ahead and get the shot. Don't worry about it, and move on if possible. Because that way, and I've talked to Holton about it. He's hemming and hawing. He's like a lot of young people. Do I need the shot? That kind of thing. Well, if you get it, then they don't. I don't know if they still test you, but you're immune to it, or 95% immune to it, or whatever the case may be. Then you don't have that thing stuck up your nose 3 times a week. Then you don't have to miss a football game from contact tracing for somebody that might have it that tested positive and a week later tested negative. Oh, did that really happen? I don't know. It cost us 5 or 6 players that were around him.
Yeah.
And that's what happened this time. Supposedly there was a group of players that tested positive, so then you have to quarantine or isolate the players that aren't.
Yeah.
I don't know, how all that works, but I just want this place to get back to normal. Let football play football, baseball play baseball, and fans be fans, and hopefully we can get back to that soon. Very frustrating.
No doubt about it. Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Morgan, you still got some Final Four teams left coming up on Saturday in your bracket?
Yes, I do. I've got 3 of the 4. How I did that, have no idea.
Well, that is frustrating.
Gonzaga, and a lot of people probably had Baylor, but I also picked Houston. I really like the Houston Cougars. I know East Carolina beat them early this year, but Kelvin Sampson's done a really good job, and they just play such high-energy basketball. But I still really think it's Gonzaga's to lose. In all honesty, I
agree.
That they're playing really, really well right now. Mark Pugh's got them, believing in his system, and one of the things that'll be interesting to see that, and I know you guys talked about it the last couple of days, is the North Carolina opening right now. A lot of people talk about, will Carolina go after Mark Q? Will Roy Williams really make a push for him?
I was going to bring that up, Morgan. What, in your opinion, they've gone inside the family and have for 50, 60, whatever years now. Do they go outside the family for this hire, or do they stay inward?
I think they go outside initially, trying to. The coach at Baylor, he's a Drew. Which Drew is he?
Scott
Drew. He to me would be an awesome choice for them. His dad was such a great coach for a long, long time, and what he's done at Baylor and bringing them to the Final Four. Would he be one of the guys they look at? There's been talk of the Virginia coach maybe going over there. I think initially they're going to make a strong run for one or two coaches. If they don't get those coaches that they initially want on their wish list, I think Hubert Davis is the guy.
Right.
Or maybe Wes Miller at Greens, UNCG. But at the same time, there's a big difference in recruiting and being that guy from UNCG versus being at North Carolina. There's a big difference. There's a lot more pressure, a lot more expectations. But I think Hubert Davis, would be the guy if they don't get the one or two guys they go after first.
As we're having this conversation, Morgan, John Rothstein just tweeted that Oklahoma is closing in on hiring Loyola Chicago's Porter Moser as their next basketball coach. Of course, Lon Kruger retiring, I believe that was last week. So Oklahoma going to fill their job. Texas appears to be hiring Chris Beard away from Texas Tech, which would leave an opening with the Red Raiders, and the North Carolina job is open, and somebody's going to leave to take that job potentially. So bit of a coaching carousel going on here in college basketball as we get ready for the Final Four.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how some of these guys things shake out. But I think North Carolina is one of those jobs, whether you're a Tar Heel lover or a Tar Heel hater, you can't deny that's one of the blue blood programs in the country.
Definitely.
And they've got the facilities, they've got the history, and it's going to be interesting to see who they hire. And what they can't afford to do is do a Matt Doherty version 2.0. They can't afford that. After the last 2 years that they've had, the early exit from the tournament this year, they've got to go out and get that guy if they want to reestablish their program. And obviously, I think Roy Williams will have a huge impact on whoever's hired.
Yeah, no doubt. Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Morgan, you got any plans for the weekend? You working, playing? What are you doing?
No, actually, I had an event scheduled for tomorrow night, but it was they canceled it a while back due to COVID concerns. So really kick off the Easter weekend is going to be just sort of relaxing a little bit now that I've got shot number 2. I'm going to see if I have any ill will side effects from that. And, I got shot 1 today. When did you get number 2, Morgan? Today? I had number 2 today twice. Thank you very much.
We're going to flush you down the toilet here and say goodbye.
Yes. No, I actually had my second shot today.
Okay.
And I had the Moderna.
My Moderna.
My Moderna.
Well, we hope your Saturday goes well then, Mr. Ahlers.
Yeah, and then we're watching some basketball and get ready for the finals Monday night.
Yes, sir. This weekend we go back to your normal NCAA tournament schedule.
I'll be John Brown if I knew when they were playing.
Yep, Saturday, Monday to wrap it up for the NCAA tournament this season. Morgan, thanks for joining us, man. Hope you're feeling well, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Cliff. You guys are awesome. Bye.
There he is, DJ Captain Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Tell you what, let's take a time out. We will come back. We'll talk to. Nope. I tell you what, let's do it right now, Shirley Rhodes. Let's do it right now.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Right now.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Right now. You stupid idiot.
No pomegranate.
Idiot.
317-1250 is the number.
I just watched the video on the explanation of that.
Okay.
So I'll show it to you during the break.
There is a pomegranate flavor in this
No.
Michelob Ultra Organic Pack that we're giving away. We got that.
Sorry, I was a little late on that.
That's fine. You're working. Cooler in a bucket. A large pizza from Domino's. A new Pirate Radio Vibes Only t-shirt. What caller are we looking for, Shirley?
Caller number 12.
Free Beer Friday. Caller 12. You can be a winner. We're back with Brian Bailey after this.
The Pirate Radio Podcast.
Damon West, motivational speaker and author.
The thing about with me is I started at an early age. I started drinking beer, smoking a little pot, and that led to a bad belief system. And I tell these college athletes and pro athletes and high school athletes everywhere I go that a bad belief system tells you to do something the wrong way over and over again. And the longer you hold on to a bad belief system, the harder it is to get rid of.
Listen to every Pirate Radio podcast now by visiting our podcast channel and subscribing in Apple iTunes or SoundCloud. The Pirate Radio Podcast is powered by White Claw Hard Seltzer, proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage.
0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero, 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, now with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
They say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to US Cellular, you can get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G has launched and you can get it for free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store or uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Over 32 years ago, the Ronald McDonald House of Eastern North Carolina opened its doors as a place to help families stay together and close to the care they need when they have a sick child. With the addition of a second Ronald McDonald House inside the Maynard Children's Hospital, our need to serve is greater than ever as the medical community flourishes. Help us expand our mission of keeping families close as we grow to meet that need. You can show your support by making a donation to the Ronald McDonald House. Visit our website today at rmhenc.org for more information. Thank you for your support.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Redbeard. Picked up a free beer Friday, a case of Michelob Ultra Organic Pack. Ooh. Michelob Ultra 6-pack cooler and a bucket, a large pizza from Domino's, and new Pirate Vibes Only t-shirt. Of course, Free Beer Friday is brought to you by Michelob Ultra Infusions, a superior light beer, infused and loaded with exotic taste and free from artificial colors and flavors. It's beer meets exotic fruit at only 95 calories per bottle. Choose from lime and prickly pear cactus, pure gold, and pomegranate and agave. And Michelob Ultra Infusions, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, welcome back into Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Clip Rock here with you, and Brian Bailey here with you as well. Double B usually joins us on Mondays. He joins us on a Friday today. And Bailey, I don't know what you were doing on Monday. You can't leave town or not have a show or whatever. Too much has happened this week with you gone. It has been a wild week.
Yeah, I was asleep for 2 days and woke up and all heck was breaking loose.
I'll see if I can think of the timeline. But Monday is when we found out that Jaden Gardner would be entering the transfer portal, and that is, I see the reasons why. But I was also holding out hope that he would return and still be the nucleus of this basketball team next year, which looks like it's going to be another complete overhaul for Pirate Hoops.
Yeah, when I look at Jaden Gardner, the one part of me is disappointed because I really like watching him play, and he's a Pirate. The other side of me says, hey, you go through life one time and, he's got a chance to go play somewhere. And maybe, I think he really wants to go to a tournament. And I think, one of these days the Pirates are going to get to a tournament. I just don't know if it's going to be in his 2 years.
Yeah.
And I just, sometimes I think about it is how I would handle it myself and how I would handle it if he were my son. And basically, you can see both sides of it. You hate it for Coach Dooley. I think they were all surprised when it came about. I've heard different stories as to why, and none of them are official, but I think part of it. I think all of us in life want to be recognized for what we do, and I think he's getting some of that recognition now because all these coaches are talking to him.
I thought about that the other day with all the transfers and stuff. I blamed it years and years ago on AAU, where everybody's playing on a different team, and once they get to college, they want to continue to play they don't really care about loyalty. But also the recruiting process, the coaches are the nicest they'll ever be to you during the recruiting process. And then you get there to your school and you actually have to do work, and they'll cuss you. But now that the recruitment's open back up, hey, I'm the most popular girl in school. I'm the hottest girl in class.
They used to say you have to recruit a player, then you have to de-recruit him when you get him into practice.
Yeah,
and
which is really strange, right, for these coaches.
Well, yeah,
but it's part of it.
And now we talk so much about the one and dones, which is not it's a very, very small minority of players that do the one and done, but they're gone. And now you got the one and dones that will come in and say, I'm not 100% happy. I want to go somewhere else. And they
Noah
can go
Farrakhan, one of those examples, I think, for ECU this year.
So it's just, I don't think I'd want to be a coach right now because I don't know how to keep everybody happy.
And I'll skip around the timeline of the week a little bit, but I was talking to Igoe earlier this week, and this maybe more than anyone, Bailey. You're around Joe Dooley a lot. What joy is he having right now out of coaching basketball? Because you coach to...
He's had a horrible year.
You want to win, but you also, I would imagine, enjoy bringing your guys in and seeing them grow as players and men. And, Tristan Newton, Brandon Suggs, expecting to have them back on the roster, and that's awesome. I like those guys. But for the most part, guys he's brought in are going to be leaving. And that's part of basketball.
And what Joe has said, we've got to get old and stay old, and he can't even really get older because guys come in and they're leaving, but that's not only at East Carolina, that's just about everywhere, and guys are just lining up for this transfer portal, and I think it sets a bad precedent because in life. once they get out of school and understand in life, every day is not going to be a good one. Because my dad said if every day was a good one, you wouldn't know the difference. So you got to be able to handle adversity. You got to be able to handle someone getting on you. You've got to be able to handle all of that. And if you can't, you're not going to make it in life.
Yeah, and at the same time, you're always looking for the next best opportunity, which we saw Chris Beard do yesterday, going from Texas Tech to Texas. On the joy factor thing, and you mentioned the coaches, Bailey, and the transfer portal and the changes and what college basketball is today. Roy Williams retires on Thursday. That could start a trend, Bailey, of these older coaches retiring because college basketball now is nowhere near what it was when they got into the
right. It's a completely different situation now because guys like Roy Williams, they recruit players that they want to see grow as players and grow as men, and now they come in and it's again and the Carolinas of the world, unlike the East Carolinas of the world, the Carolinas of the world are getting the one and dones. Coach Krzyzewski at first said he wouldn't go that route. He was in that route. Kentucky kept doing it every year and kept having success. So now all your good programs, bringing these great players, they're there 1 year and they're gone. And I think that I think it really it takes its toll on a guy who really you can almost see that in Roy's face yesterday in the press conference that he was it was a sad press conference because I think deep down he really didn't want to go. But I think that when he kept saying, I don't think I'm the man for the job, I think he's probably right because, this is not the same job.
Yeah, right. And then you throw COVID into all that stuff, and it mounts and mounts and gets bigger and bigger. Bailey, on that note, what do you think North Carolina does next? Do they stay in the family? Do they go outside the family and look for a big name?
I think it's really intriguing because when someone said yesterday that it's the best job in college coaching, I mean, in some ways it is. In some ways it may be the hardest. I mean, that's a fan base that's used to success, used to Dean Smith, used to Roy Williams. If you don't stay with the family, I think it's got to be a home run. I think there's some intriguing names out there. I mean, Brad Stevens' name comes up. I think that's a home run if you ask me.
I love the idea of Mark Few winning a championship and saying, "Okay, I've done what I've set out to do at Gonzaga. I'm ready to move on," and he goes to North Carolina. Well, I think that would be fascinating.
I mean, that's a fascinating scenario. If you stay in house, in the family, what do you do there?
David Glenn brought up a good point. For years and years, there were a lot of names that were potentially the next Carolina family member in line.
Right.
Eddie Fogler, George Karl, Larry Brown.
Right.
Like he brought up those names. They're dinosaurs now.
Exactly.
And the family tree has gotten thinner as far as options to bring in.
And the same thing with Duke when Coach K goes. I mean, the same thing with your options. There are some out there, but a guy like Steve Wojciechowski, and this is obviously the Duke side, not the Carolina side, but he was in line, and he has struggles at Marquette.
Thinking maybe Amaker, Dawkins back then, and now their star is not shiny as it once was. So
still good coaches, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it's just not. But back to Carolina, I mean, so many things you think about. You think about Jerry Stackhouse at Vanderbilt. If he'd had more success early on, that might have been something. The former Kinston High School star. But
do you think they look at what Michigan has done this year with Juwan Howard and say maybe that's the route we go? We bring in a younger alum that can attract good talent, or
maybe,
or do they look at that Vanderbilt record and say, okay, that's not good enough to be the North Carolina head coach?
That's the catch-22.
Yeah.
However they decide to spin it. If Jerry Stackhouse would even, I know he'd be interested because obviously he's a Carolina guy and really just a very, very nice man. I mean, I've always, when Jerry was playing, he was always super great at Kinston doing interviews and stuff, and then at Carolina, I think I've told this story on the air before with you, but at the ACC tournament one year we were doing our stand-ups to wrap things up for the Saturday, semifinal Saturday. Carolina had won. Stackhouse, that's the year he won the MVP, and he's walking across the court. So we yelled at him, and he came up in the bleachers with us at the Coliseum and did an interview with us that we called it Look Live with us, and it was awesome. Yeah, it was great.
North Carolina, a coaching search, something we haven't said in a long, long time. I forgot. I saw a headline that said Roy Williams, and what was the wording? Was it saved UNC basketball? I forgot kind of how bad it was for that stretch before he got there, and he won a championship in year 2. So, like you said, I mean, those are giant shoes to fill in Chapel Hill for the next guy.
Did you think it was April Fool's when you first saw it? Was that the first thing you thought of yesterday?
Well, so it happened fast where I think David Glenn had contacted Troy maybe before any of us even saw it, which Troy then went to me and said, hey, we need to have DG on the show. So once David, if Troy just sent it to me, I would have been like, all right, this is a joke. But he said David Glenn had said to, so once his name was brought up, I was like, I guess this is legit. It was an unfortunate day for it to happen, because I bet a lot of people for hours and hours thought this was a joke.
I pulled up to get a haircut, and I was just, I was waiting to get started. I was, you looking through Twitter, looking through Facebook, just, wasting time. There was nothing out there to get my haircut, come out, get in the truck, all heck's breaking loose. Roy Williams has decided to retire.
Another thing that happened during the week of Bailey not being here was ECU football pausing.
Yeah.
So we can't blame you for the the positive test, but it's such a shame. It felt like they really had some good momentum going out there at spring practice.
Yeah, and luckily it's only spring, so it's not like you're building that great momentum up for anything big. But it's just another pause, and hopefully they'll get back at it. I haven't heard anything more whether the spring game will go on as scheduled. They really don't have to play it on that. Was it the 17th, I believe, because there's no pigskin pig out, no thing like anything like that. So I think they can still do whatever they decide to do with the spring game. But, it's just another one of those things until we get through this COVID situation. And I think we're moving in the right direction. But it's just frustrating at times. Major League Baseball opening day, and we got a game canceled on the first day. So I
don't know if your age group has had the shot yet. You're a young man. But I
had my second shot on Wednesday this week.
You had it already?
Yeah, I had it.
How'd you feel afterwards?
The first shot I took, and this could be my.
I just got my first one a few hours ago, so
really?
That's why I'm curious about it.
Got something growing out of this. I'm just kidding. But the first shot, the next day I woke up and my legs felt a little rubbery. When you feel like you're tired, and I had a little headache. But then I worked the rest of the day, and it really wasn't that big a deal. The second shot, I felt like $1 million. I felt fine. Now, Melissa, my wife, she struggled big time with both shots, and she got through it, but. It's and Bella had her first shot today, so
there you go.
See what happens with her.
Can Melissa smell Brian Bailey today?
No, that's been a real plus in this deal because she lost her taste and smell, and she says every once in a while she gets a whiff of something, and she can smell a little bit. But can you smell now?
Yeah, but it's kind of weird. Like I do have a weird taste where I don't feel like I'm fully tasting things like I should.
She's still struggling with it.
Yeah, it's crazy how it affects different people in different ways. ECU baseball, big week. Bailey knocking off North Carolina and come from behind fashion, picking up a win over Cincinnati yesterday. They're playing right now, game 2 of that series, doubleheader coming up tomorrow. But how about that one on Tuesday night?
Yeah, that was fun to watch. That was one of those games where you kept getting down, and after the game in the Zoom, Cliff Godwin said that he and Jason Dietrich were talking about it and said, "Man, I don't know what it is, but these Carolina guys are just killing our pitching," and they really couldn't put a finger on it. But they were able to bounce back, and that anytime you get a come from behind win like that, all that does is give you more confidence. Not that you want to fall behind in every game, but late in games you can come back, and they did it again. The first game against Cincinnati.
Yeah,
AMAC, man, he's a monster,
Mr. Clutch. He is getting it done right now. Bailey, can I get a third chance with the Final Four?
Yeah, I think we all need that.
I had, I know in your contest had Loyola Chicago, and that didn't work out for me very well. But we had a bunch of upsets early on, and it led to a bit of a chalk Final Four outside, of course, of UCLA. Who is there as an 11 seed. Mick Cronin getting it done at UCLA, former Cincinnati coach. Can anybody spoil the Gonzaga Baylor party that we want to see on Monday night?
No,
Could it be Houston?
I think Houston has a much better shot than UCLA does, but I think that Baylor will take care of business, and I think Baylor will give Gonzaga a good game. I'm looking at a game where Gonzaga wins by 7, 8, 9, something like that, I think. Now, obviously it's March Madness. I really want to see Mark Few win it because this is his best chance, and he's got a really good team. They really play well together.
For people that we're not really into it because everything else going on in the world and weren't into basketball this year, I said this yesterday, Gonzaga will make you love college basketball. The way they play.
Man,
it is. so crisp. I mean, they do look like a professional team out there. And Mark Few has done an awesome job with those guys. So that's coming up on a Saturday, the Final Four, the championship. Monday, we'll be previewing that on the Brian Bailey Show. What else you got coming up
We're
Monday?
on Tuesday this week.
Going Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
I forget. Conley's playing football.
Oh, that's right. We got Conley football Monday on Pirate Radio.
And so since we do my show at noon and at 6, we're moving to Tuesday. And I'm thinking we're going to get Jeff Palumbo on. I haven't finalized that because he's got a deal where he's picking up his children at the noon hour. And he said we could tape something. So we're either going to probably tape something or do it live. But I'm still working on getting those details. And if that doesn't work out, and we'll update the second chance of the Sweet 16, pass out the prizes, that kind of thing. So that'll be good.
Good deal. Brian Bailey joining me here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Bailey, good to see you, man. I saw that you were doing some Touchdown Thursday last night. I saw one of your tweets.
Touchdown Friday on a Thursday.
I don't know who's tweeting, but they said whatever day it is, which I thought was pretty funny because you got, I guess, games tonight, Conley Monday, all over the week.
And I'm usually on with you on Monday, and it's Friday, and I don't know. Yeah, I'll get up tomorrow. I swear I'll take a shower and go to work, and it's Saturday. I won't have to be there. But it's just, this time, I tell you, Touchdown Friday's been a lot of fun, this spring. It's been a lot of fun to actually put the show on. It hasn't been a lot of fun trying to track down the games.
Yeah.
Because I sent a crew to North Pitt was playing Nash Central last night. So Nash Central and Southwest Edgecombe, we try to pair them up where you can get to two games. And they show up at Nash Central, nobody's there. And they had a late COVID case and canceled the game, late in the afternoon. And it's hard, even with Twitter out there, it's still hard to get the communications going when games get canceled that late. So.
Well, I was going to say, when the college football season or basketball, when games got canceled or moved, you could go to whatever, ESPN.com and find it. A little bit different with high schools, right?
Yeah.
So that happened to Chandler. He's calling Whiteville High School football games this year, Bailey, and said he went out. And this was a weather deal, though. He drove all the way out there, and they were supposed to play on Tuesday night, I believe, whatever day they had the bad storm.
Yeah.
So that is, of course, affected games as well. But so Touchdown Friday coming up tonight?
No, we had Touchdown Friday on a Thursday, so we're just going to do a regular sportscast tonight. We'll have ECU baseball, that kind of thing. And
good deal.
Monday night we'll have some expanded high school football coverage. And the playoffs set to start. Last week of the regular season is this coming Friday, now a week from tonight, and then we start the postseason, which will be condensed as well. So we'll get through it quickly.
By the way, speaking of games, football, more games, like the 17th week of the NFL, I'm really irked by that.
Are you really?
We don't need a 17th game. And I was mad even before I saw that Washington was playing at Buffalo for their extra game.
That is bad. Well, the Cowboys get at the Patriots, and that's, New England's going to be better than.
So you guys got an extra away game too? Then I don't like it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
I think anything to get fewer preseason games. So if you're going to play the same amount, you might as well make it count.
That is a positive. You've been Mr. Positive today.
Peter Positive.
All right, Peter.
I try.
We'll talk to you on Monday, Tuesday. Who knows when
you
we'll
call me when you want me, okay? I'll be there.
Thank you, Bailey. There's Double B, Brian Bailey, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, and have more for you right after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2020 Cadillac Escalade and save up to $15,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys can help people with any aches or pains.
Yep, we sure can. As it's getting warmer, we know more people are outside, wanting to be more active, and we know spring sports are in play as well. And so if you've got a knee or ankle injury, whether it's just a strain or a sprain, we've got specialists there to treat the weekend warrior and the athlete. For more information, visit us online at kptonline.com or call us at 364-2806.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals, reliable for over 4 decades. Visit delcorinc.com today.
Your future is yours to create, and with the leadership development of Army ROTC, you're capable of taking command of it. Even in the midst of a pandemic, enrolling in Army ROTC prepares you to thrive as a full-time college student. Our specialized elective courses will equip you with the skills necessary to succeed in life, all while earning money for education. A strong future takes a strong force. Find out how to lead at goarmy.com/ECU. To learn more, contact Dale Anderson at 252-622-5346 or Anderson DAL at ecu.edu.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day, because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Pirate Radio. The voice of the Pirate Nation.
1, 2, 3,
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The stock market was closed today for Good Friday, but it ended the week on a good note. The Dow was up 171 points at 33,153. NASDAQ was up 233 points at 13,480, and the S&P was up 46 at 4,019. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brown.
All right, going to be a busy Saturday out at ECU Athletics Fields as a lot going on. Let's take a look at our Bud Light ECU report brought to you by Bud Light, who reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. You've got Pirate baseball going on Saturday. How about let's play 2? Game 1 beginning at 1 o'clock. Game 2 beginning 45 minutes after that. ECU is cruising right now. And so if they can hold on and win today, they will guarantee at least a split in the 4-game series against Cincinnati. Of course, they want a whole lot more than that. Pirates if they win today, can win the series with a game tomorrow and can sweep it with a couple of wins on Saturday. Shirley Road's going to have a busy Saturday as well. I'll be out at baseball. Shirley, I've got a doubleheader. You're going double duty tomorrow, right?
That is right. I will be doing the PA for the ECU or the Bill Carson Invitational, which will feature ECU and UNCW out on the track and field complex. So I'll be out there from about 12:30 to just roughly around 4 o'clock, and then I have to leave that and head over to the soccer field because the soccer team is playing at 5 o'clock. So I'll be over there until roughly about 7 or so. So, yeah, I'm pulling double duty just like you.
A lot of events going on right here in Greenville. And, again, the softball team still trying to make it home.
Yeah, they won't be back until next weekend.
They have been gone for a month. By the time they get back, I think it'll be over a month since they've been at home.
Yeah, it's been over a month because the last time I PA'd was the last time they were here, and they won't be back until next weekend. So,
basketball, no players entering the transfer portal today, so that's 3 straight days. But the number sits at 6 right now if you're scoring at home for players that were on ECU's basketball roster that are currently in the transfer portal. Running them down: point guard Noah Farrakhan, shooting guard Miles James. I had like a starting 5. Small forward Batumba Baruti, power forward Jaden Gardner, center
Luster,
Edra Luster, and you can put Charles Coleman as the 6th man of the year on that list as far as guys in the transfer portal that were on the team a year ago. And football, we're on a pause. That's
but Igoe said earlier today
he gave us the best case scenario,
and Tuesday sounds good. So hopefully we'll have to keep our eyes and ears open. So hopefully the Pirates can get back on the practice field here soon.
Chandler, as I mentioned earlier, I hope you enjoyed the Hornets on TNT last night. They'll never be invited back.
No,
they did not show well in their national TV appearance last night, losing to the Nets.
I tweeted it out. I'm trying not to think about how the game would have went with James Harden, Kevin Durant, and somebody else that was sitting out for the Nets. That star-studded Nets team.
Do they have Kyrie?
They had Kyrie last night.
He had a double-double.
It was 3 players. James Harden. Oh, Blake Griffin. So Blake Griffin, Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant, and James Harden were out for the Nets last night.
They did add LaMarcus Aldridge to the mix, who played in his first game.
And he was present last night, I'll tell you that. So.
Hornets playing tonight against the Pacers. So you got that going on along with your baseball, NHL, college hoops, Final Four coming up on Saturday.
Yes, and speaking of the Final Four, we'll have live coverage here on Pirate Radio. 3:30 tomorrow afternoon is when we'll pick up the coverage. And baseball, the Orioles, of course, Pirate Radio, your home for the Baltimore Orioles. We'll have our first Orioles game broadcast here on Pirate Radio Sunday afternoon at 1:05. And as we mentioned earlier, D.H. Conley's game that was scheduled for tonight has been moved to Monday night. So what we'll do, even though that's also the championship game, we will carry the D.H. Conley game in its entirety, and then we will join the national championship game after that. So we'll have live coverage of that. So we've got the podcast with Jeff Charles and Action Mike Jackson coming up after the show. So that's what we've got programming-wise here on Pirate Radio.
Maybe the only time ever, Shirley, you will see Pirate Radio carry live college basketball, live Major League Baseball, live high school football on back-to-back days. But that's what we got.
Crazy.
That's what we got.
Well,
great lineup.
Welcome to the aftermath of COVID.
Yeah, it's hey, we deserve this. We deserve all the sports we can get.
So.
Hopefully, I'll have some Nationals baseball to talk about next week.
Oh, whatever. Y'all might not play this year.
Well, let's get our last break in and wrap up the show. How about that?
As we go to break, Stephen Igoe just tweeted out Gavin Williams' numbers for his last 2 starts. How about 12 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, no runs, 22 strikeouts, and 3 walks.
Wait, that's for the last 2 games he's pitched in?
Last 2 starts.
Wow.
Amazing numbers. Conference Pitcher of the Week last week, and well on his way to doing it again for next week. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap it up after this.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust? Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked! This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
E&S Hemp Company in Winterville is your premier CBD store. At E&S Hemp Company, they have helped hundreds of people just like you get relief from joint pain, anxiety, insomnia, and more by providing you the highest quality of CBD products available. E&S Hemp Company has a great selection of only the safest, purest, and most beneficial hemp-infused products available from honey, tea, coffee, candles, and more. E&S Hemp Company, Fire Tower Road in Winterville, and online at eshempcompany.com.
We're midway through bath time, and 2 medium, 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each have begun their drive to the Smith's front door. That's a GPS-enabled custom delivery alert, folks. The newest improvement to the Domino's tracker, saying Domino's will be there in 2 minutes. They're calling it audible. Bath time's now rinse time. They've got 1 kid dry, 2 kids dry. The pizzas are here. They made it to the door. The kids are clean enough. The new Domino's tracker with GPS worked again.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Weekends are made for AJ McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at AJ's. AJ's is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on AJ's TVs. See you this weekend at AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Pirate Radio.
It's great to be on. This is an honor. You know, Pirate Radio is kind of a cult following around North Carolina, so I'm excited.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WG. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Wrapping up Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday and for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in and being a part of our program. We'll be back with you Monday, 3 o'clock, for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, I am Clip Brock. We'll see you Monday at 3 on PRL. Have a great weekend. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. The following is an exclusive presentation of